The Real Rant Reviewer welcomes you live to his vlog podcast here. Live stream, yes. Vlog, podcast, all that in one here. Interactive investigation, guys. Very little to go on here, but this really captured my attention. I guess this happened in June or something. We're going to go with this. There's a press conference that recently came out today. I have the transcript here, or the actual press conference, but I'm going to read through the transcript with you, and I want to get the details on this so-called murder self-destruction. Four children, a mother and grandmother, found dead in Mechanicville, New York, where they're over top on Google Earth. So they were there at this apartment complex. The crime scene is here. No crime scene photos, it looks like, released just yet, but this is a crime, and there's photos, since crime scene photos. But yeah, either way, check me on it. But I wanted to cover this. I got thoughts about this. I want to, not thoughts about this, I want to see if we have any thoughts about this. If we can put this together without any crime scene photos, maybe we can do our investigation and be there. But guys, before we get started, you know the deal. We're going to wait for some people to come in. You support the channel. I've been demonetized on my channel for 4 years, over about 300,000 views on watching all my videos. I want to show support, just like and subscribe. We talk true crime all the time, live. Thanks for the one like. Look at that. We're getting in. I got my favorite shirt on, and we're going at it. When I talk true crime, I love to get my movie shirt on because I love our movies. I haven't watched movies in a while. Just been doing the true crime YouTube, but thank you so much for the one like. We're going to talk this crime. The press conference was just out. I'm interested to know what happened here. I have no clue about this, and I'm New York, Mechanicville. We're there over Google Earth on John S. Moore Homes Apartments here, and we're there. And this is in 2026. This picture. I wonder what month Google took this in, guys. But it is there. And we're there live. But yeah, there's a press conference that was out. But let me just give a gist here. So there was going to be 6 members of a family. 6. You call it a massacre. Really a fucking slaughter here. 6 members of a family were found dead inside an apartment on Harris Avenue. You were there on Google Earth in Mechanicville, New York, on June 23rd of 2026. Stop right there. There's no wiki just yet or anything like that. There is, guys, we're going to do our own research here to try to put the pieces together here, okay? There is... As far as, like I said, we're there on Google Earth. Anything else we'll address. We want to investigate this for ourselves. See if it matches up. See if we could pinpoint anything from the transcript from the press conference. Didn't know about this case at all. And it's just shocking. It just really is. You talk true crime. This is they're giving a motive here that the mother and the grandmother are going to be on. Guys, I'm confused about some of the motive, but they're saying this is a complex case here, they're saying. And it took a long time, apparently. I haven't heard about this. And now we're going to be talking about it. So the press conference, got the transcript, but let's just get the gist of what was released, I guess, to what we know before this press conference to clarify the motive and why these 6 members of the family end up dead in this New York home in Mechanicville. So they were found dead June 23rd, 2020, in a suspected murder. Okay, so there was evidence there just on scene, right? Of some possible murder self-destruction here involving intentional poisoning. Okay, intentional. Poisoning is intentional on its own, but to be really intentional with it, I guess obvious. Let's take a look. So the victims, police and news reports identified the 6 deceased family members, yes, as Amy Stebbin, who's 64, the grandmother. I couldn't believe a grandmother would be involved in a plot like this. I think they were saying that. Let's take a look. Sarah Myers is 44, the mother. Harper Harmon, 13, Hudson Harmon, 11, Gavin Harmon, 10, and Gracelyn Harmon, 10. Holy shit, 4 kids. And there they are. There's only 3 of them. There's one that's off to the side. I think 3's enough, don't you think? Kind of like that father who tried to did it in the front yard. Wasn't that an unbelievable story, right? I wonder if he's going to prison, up to jail. Good plea a deal, dude. Take a plea deal. We don't want to hear no shit, the details on how you executed your 3 boys. Like, what is that shit, dude? We don't want to see the body camera again and again and again. And we're done seeing it once. So what is this here? So the cause of death. So the discovery is the officers made the grim discovery at John S. Moore Housing Complex while conducting a welfare check after neighbors reported not seeing the family for weeks. Weeks. Nobody gives a shit. The dad was on the show, guys, today, our news report a few days ago, talking. He's a weirdo for some reason, but he's in the housing. It's like somewhere around here, one of these complexes, guys. I think it's like this on a street. So see if we see the house. So this would probably be your best bet here. So probably on the street, Harris Avenue. something around. Nothing, so right around here. Exact tape. So Harris Avenue, you know, you're looking at, it's a parking lot up here. We could probably match it up a little better. So that's like to be the, okay, shit thing there. Move a little bit. Let's move more. That doesn't look like the corner. I'm looking for the corner, possibly. I can't get down the actual, is there a car there? I just want to admit my own curiosity. Possibly that is what we're looking at, but I don't know for sure. Could be looking down this street. That is a stretch, yes. Harris Avenue, it's going to be on, yeah. So no, right? Yeah, so it's going to be probably down that corner street. Right in the corner. So yeah, this is where you're looking at. Something to that effect. Oh, this might be it. Like you're looking at that. Something like that, guys. It's close. Just by the crime scene photos. You would have the cops blocking up. Yeah, it's a corner street. Okay, yeah, so possibly I'm in a completely wrong area, but this is, no, I'm not, because this is Harris Avenue. So is it over here? But so you could be looking, this is too busy of an intersection. This is going to be a street. I can't get down the ground level, guys, on my iMac 2009. It does lag out on me. So I'm going to stay right here, probably around this area here. You're looking at those crime scene photos from the street. So the grandmother, I guess, is going to be suspected in this too. But let's take a look a little further into this case. So, a cause of death. So what happened was discovery. The officers made the grim discovery at John S. Moore Housing Complex while taking a welfare check. Okay, neighbors said they haven't seen any of the family for weeks. Smells, anything? Just haven't seen them. The cause of death. According to updates from the Mechanicville Police Department, evidence recovered inside the apartment pointed to intentional poisoning using various prescription and over-the-counter medications. Autopsy also showed that one of the children suffered fatal sharp force injuries. Thanks for the 3 likes, guys. Hey, OPP, what's up? Hey, OPP. We're talking this case, man. Did you hear about this one? What is up with this one? Thanks for the 3 likes, guys. This is going to be a weird motive here. Guys, I'm already kind of a little touchy about the prescriptions used, you know, like to poison. They're saying poison, but one of them suffered but was killed by fatal sharp force injuries. What was that all about? And I think they're saying the grandmother was in on this, right, guys? We're gonna take a look at this. This is crazy. Crazy true crime story. But thanks, OPP, for joining in. I subbed to your channel, brother. I just subbed. The Real Rare viewer subbed to your channel about an hour ago or something like that. So, you know, I held you up on that. Thanks for the 3 likes, guys. Appreciate it. But yes, thanks for joining for this one. I never heard about this. I don't know why this was buried in the media, apparently. I'm going to click the Facebook. But let me go to the transcript, okay? But first I want to get the narrative because I want to be influenced by what they've given out. You know. So Facebook gives us to another actual news link. So 6 people were found dead. They find evidence of possible poisoning. But I just want to hear what the police are saying here about this. So we're going to sit down and take a look. OPC is crazy. Lori Wiki, hey, thanks for that notification. No, you're good, Lori. Thanks for coming in, Lori. Lori, did you hear about this case? I'm really surprised. You know, we've been covering some true crime, right? A lot of past true crime guys. You know, I told you I was going to do another case or something, but this really caught my attention all of a sudden. It's on my YouTube thing, and this guy, the cops are coming out with the press conference, and they're saying some really unbelievable. I didn't know about this. This family being self-destructed by their own mother and a poisoning, apparently. So yeah, Lori, thanks for coming in. It's amazing. No, right? I didn't hear about it either. OB says, I remember hearing about this one. Did you? Damn, I didn't hear about it. So they're gonna find 6 people dead. 4 of them are children, a mother and a grandmother as well. For weeks, they don't show up. There's an apartment complex out in Mechanicville. We're over top of it. And neighbors said, we haven't seen them for weeks. Please go check on them finally. And I don't know where the dad is. Like, he was on the news, or apparently he's out of state, custody and all this. And they find them all dead. And they're saying it's an intentional poisoning via prescription medication. And the mother here and the grandmother were in on it. and it was also self-destruction. A murder, self-destruction, guys, Benoit type deal. What is going on here? And the motive is not really clear. And I don't know the grandmother too. Like, what is that? I want to read the press conference. I know he's going to talk. I don't want to listen because I listened to a little bit of what he's saying, but I got the transcript for us to go through, real reviewer style, okay? So we're going to see what the motive. I haven't heard about this case too. I don't know why I haven't heard about it. But yeah, 6 members of the family, including the 64-year-old grandmother, Amy Stedman, her 44-year-old daughter, that's the mother, Sarah Myers here, and her 4 children. The other one's off to the side, Harper, Hudson, Gavin, and Graceland. They were found dead inside that apartment complex, in one of those apartments. They weren't seen for weeks. No smell, guys, huh? Wow, the decomposition, it's been hot. It's been unusually hot here up north. Really has been. There had to be some kind of smell in the neighborhood. Even rolling up on that crime scene, guys, wouldn't you think there'd be some kind of smell? But this is, guys, I'm on apartment home living here. So I want to show you, get you a better, there's no interior, unfortunately. But this would be the actual apartment complex. If you take a look, John S. Moore Home Apartments, and you're getting that over top of your Google Earth. Entering one of these, like these areas here, these would be the John S. Moore Apartments. It's one of these, and you're seeing it here on your local Zillow. I think it's on the street. These are like interior, but one of them's right on the street, Harris Avenue. Possibly it'd be weird to see them out here, wouldn't it? It's children, isn't it? We'll look for the children, man. Is it Zoom? Is it Zoom? So let's see. Looking for actually some kids outside. Kids. But this is on the street, is it? No. Do it early in the morning. This is more interior. Okay. It's something like this. I'm not sure about the exact apartment. I should have looked that out. Like what? Because they're numbered. This is number 2, 2. So if I could get a little more on which one, I think it's one of these because it's on Harris Avenue. Here. Something like that. Anyways, because you see by the crime scene, let's take a look over. News cameras are set up so right here they're blocking off this. There's a road, it looks like. Just trying to see if we can put ourselves in conjunction. Right there. All right, let's take a look at the family real quick. Where are they? There they are. Nope. Sorry, I was trying to get the actual family here, but this is the photo of them, yeah. The grandmother I can't get. Those are the kids. And the mother. Take a look at her eyes. Bags underneath the eyes. It means it's so tragic and avoidable. I'm not sure bags under her eyes. She's really worn. She's forcing that smile, grinning her teeth. You can tell, right? There's like marks on him. Those look like marks, not hair or veins. Bruising. This kid here, he's got a big bump, something on his head. He's got dots underneath both eyes. Bruising, healed bruising. Understand that? So, hands. I was just touching the kids, barely touching them. Okay. Get a closer shot of the door of the house here. So what's the number on the house? I guess they don't number this apartment, so it's a close-up range. The number there. 2 something, 15. But it's at the like end of the street, you know. It looks like. I can't really make that out off the Google Earth. It's good. It's good. Good photos to check out as far as crime scene goes. Yeah, see, this is what gets me. This storage unit here. So I'm thinking it's right at the end of the street. And we're staring at this over top. If it has the white roofing, which certainly looks like it does. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I can't see on the top aerial. But maybe. At the end of the street. This would be at the end of the street. We'd be looking, its cop car would be here, probably. The house would be here. Possibly. There's no memorial or anything, huh? I'm just gonna look for a memorial real quick. Because there should be some kind of memorial or something out in front of. Not a memorial, this is 2026, guys. This is before the murder. Where am I at? I'm not in real time, I'm on a fucking real satellite. Sorry guys, maybe the kids are outside. That's what I was looking for, excuse me. I'm looking for the children outside. That's what I'm looking for on Google Earth. This is probably, I don't have the month, but this is 2026. I'm thinking, this is happening in June, that this would still be actually the kids outside. So give me a second, there's people outside. I think, right? It's a beautiful day. So you have a lot of people outside. Looks like that. Give me a moment. If I knew the exact address, I think, like the exact, I'm trying to figure that out, but kids gotta be outside. I can't go down to Google Earth because I'd be a really good street view, guys, and match it up perfectly and tell you those kids are out there or not. Let's see right here. Doesn't look like it though. It's about right here. Dog, people, is it a person? Is this kids? No, kids, no. Person. Yeah, that is interesting. Very, very interesting. Google Earth back before the murders. Really interesting. So, if that's even a spot, guys, I could be wrong. This doesn't look to be anything close to it. But like about right there. Okay, so let's go to the press conference. I wanted to give us a visual. Thanks for the 3 likes, guys. I want to get us inside of there, give us a perspective of the crime itself, just by the crime scene photos. So the cop's going to get up here, guys. He's going to say, listen, everything is, he says that after extensive reviews of electronic evidence conducted by additional interviews and obtained records that have allowed you to develop a far clearer understanding of what has occurred. The final toxicology reports have not yet been completed, which is not unusual in investigation. This is a cop from the press conference about the murders today, and the transcript on him, Final toxicology reports have not yet been completed, which is not unusual in an investigation of this scope. You also expect to receive additional laboratory reports, records, and supporting documentation. Even without those materials, the evidence developed at this point strongly supports the conclusion we are announcing today. For that reason, we believe it is appropriate to provide this update. Now, the investigation remains open. Any new information will be carefully reviewed. See? All right, fair enough. As it is received, and it should materially alter any conclusion announced today. And should it, right? So yeah, okay, well, let's take a look. We will address it directly. The medical examiner's office has determined that the deaths of Gavin and Grayson Harmon, those are his 4 children, were homicides, and the deaths of Amy Stedman and Sarah Myers were self-destructive. So both the grandmother, guys, and the mother are going to be in on this conspiracy of murder, of mass murder. 4 children. Whether it's 4 people, 4 children at worst, that's even worse. But it's, you know, more evil. It's more icing on the cake, isn't it, for this murder? Okay. So I gotta deal with that for a minute. You know, I gotta accept what we're talking about, you know? It's a lot of kids. Bastards. The mother of all people, guys, and your grandmother? Dude, I really find it hard to believe this grandmother, y'all. It's getting me weak. Fucking grandma? You tell your daughter no, right? But guys, there is mothers out there that tell their daughter yes. That's where they get it from, right? They're their daughter. The investigation further determined that Amy Stedman and Sarah Myers conspired, conspiracy. Conspiring, premeditating, planning, carrying out, executing. And carrying out, conspiring and planning. Yeah, and conspired, and it's just 2. Yeah, well, that's a. I get it. They conspired. They planned to conspire. They conspired to plan and carry out and execute. Yeah, they say carry out the murders of the 4 children before taking their own self. We found no evidence. Take a look. While I'm reading this, what we'll do. I have to look at it. Sorry, guys, to read it. I have dual monitors. If I do monitors, y'all, I'd be doing this way better. Showing you clips of this shit while we're doing this. We found no evidence that any other individual participated in these crimes. One of the earliest pieces of evidence recovered was a handwritten letter signed with Amy Stedman's name. In that letter, the author accepts responsibility for what occurred and states that what they believed the children was the only way to keep them safe from alleged abuse in Utah. The others also claims that Sarah Myers had done nothing wrong. She could, and that no one. What is he saying? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna click to that because I want to hear if he says it. I gotta play it louder. I don't understand what he's saying there. So states. Let me give that back, please. The investigation further determined that Amy Stedman and Sarah Myers conspired to plan and carry out the murders of their 4 children before taking their own lives. We found no evidence that any other individual. Yep, I get you. One of the earliest pieces of evidence recovered was a handwritten letter, probably right there by a body, by Sarah's body, the mother's body. There's a note here, a self-destructive note explaining what happened. It's a handwritten. Nobody found them for weeks, huh? Nobody found the bodies for weeks, guys. Weeks. Neighbors didn't see them, not even didn't smell them. You know, it's not even that the neighbors didn't smell them, guys. The neighbors didn't see them. You didn't smell them? Well, shit, you must really be using that clothes. I mean, those cleaning materials in your house must be just roses or red. Violet to blue. You're right, exactly. OPP, you were smelling a dead body, and so were you. I mean, you were not smelling a dead body there? Are you kidding me? That small, the Dahmer, I guess they were smelling it. They thought it was telling him, what's up? And he's like, oh, it's just fish. Like fucking... It's just something went bad in the freezer, that's all. But there's heads in the freezer going bad. Human meat. So what's up with this? Bodies, human meat. That has been hot, unusually hot up north in New York. How many weeks? OP says one of my classmates, OPP Media says one of my classmates self-suspended himself and wasn't discovered for 2 whole weeks. Yes, right? And so, you know what I mean, right? It's not a nice thing, right? It's not a nice smell, let alone, right, a sight. Right, OPP, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Come on, bro, right? Sorry to hear that, you know, fuck death, we're gonna conquer it. You know what I mean? We're gonna conquer it. If someone conquered it, we can do it too. That's what he said, we're gonna conquer it. See your friend again, brother. We chilling at the channel, all right? I bet you he was in the true crime as well, yes? He won't even remember what happened, because why would we remember this nasty shit, right? We gotta get through it. But thank you, OPP, for sharing that. But you know the smell, right? I mean, I'm guessing you might have discovered him as your best friend or somebody, right? You might have seen him or somebody told you to go over there, right? You never forget the smell. Yeah, I mean, I heard that, but I never smelt it yet. I kind of smelt it, I think, but I didn't really... I'm laughing. Sorry, it's a hysterical laugh. This is the crazy shit we're looking at. So what he says is, but thank you, OPP. I subbed your channel, brother. I hope you noticed that. I don't mind helping you guys. I love it. You guys help me. Thanks for the 3 likes. This is on the fly live stream, guys, because this has not been full. This has been, just been done, investigated, and I've never heard of it. And yeah, I'm interested. So we're doing it. Thanks, OPP. I know you're strong, man. I checked out some of your videos there, bro. So very cool. Interesting stuff, man. Man, I wish I was more active out in the world. You know what I mean? Or even in the past, I wish I was, guys, for the right reasons. Well, thank you, OPP. No, it was my pleasure, guys, to help support any channel you have. And like I said, eventually we'll get together on something. OPP Misa, I just uploaded a new short, but did you? Yeah, I saw your shorts there, bro. It's, yeah. Baton Rouge, right? Yeah, it seemed like you were out in the South, my friend. It was a very, yeah, you had the chicken. Yeah, you're telling me, go look at the birds, brother. I like wildlife and shit. I like the South, man. I come from the South, so shout out, OPP. I hope it's going well for you out there, man. I hope you'll be back though to Oregon in no time. So one of the earlier pieces, it was a letter here. The author accepted responsibility for what occurred and states that they believed killing the children was the only way to keep them safe from alleged abuse in Utah. The dad's in Utah, I think, guys. All right. So the dad's in Utah, y'all. Give me a minute. We're going to bring up the dad. I saw him on an interview, so we're going to bring up the dad. All right? I'm going to watch this interview. Dad, Mechanicville, excuse me, I can't say that shit, it's a tongue twister. Interview, okay? He just came out with an interview. Somebody got it. The real review would love to get these people on his channel. Really, I would love to get these witnesses or these victims, really, are people treated like suspects. Not to treat them harshly, but, you know. Let's check it out. I think he's gonna actually like speak though, like actually be on camera.
The kids are sick. The kids have this.
So we're gonna listen to the audio then, so I don't get knocked or something or whatever. But sorry about that yelling. I have to tell my son to calm down on Fortnite. It's not that serious.
The kids are sick. The kids have this. The kids have that. Constantly say that they're sick. I'm like, there's no way the kids are that sick that often.
How long were you two together?
Just 10 years.
Can you give me a minute? Let's take out this transcript. Because what's good about this is we do have the transcript, so I could read it the way he should be saying it. So if he's saying it any other way, nah, I'm joking. We're just going to check out the transcript. I want to see the words he's using. I can't see. Okay. Let's give me a second on this. She would put a protective order in place. All right, so hold on a second, guys. We're getting to the top here. All right. So he said he's tried for 6.5 years to be able to get access for a summer for 60 days, going through every legal hoop. And the last spoke with my kids on FaceTime was June 7th of this year. I was supposed to speak with them on the 10th, and she stated they were sick. We talked on the 11th. Who said their kids were sick as well from food poisoning, and they were dead? Yeah. I was supposed to, this is the dad, I was supposed to speak to them on the 10th, and she stated they were sick. Maybe dead? We talked on the 11th. Wow. So she didn't let you speak with them on the phone? No. Dead. And then I called the police department to do a wellness check. I actually called a couple times to do a wellness check. Oh, OPP's right. Damn, could have saved people. I don't know if you could have saved all the kids, but OPP, yeah, maybe 1 or 2, right? Thanks for the 4 likes, guys. That's a problem for the police department. See, the real interview is going to investigate the new shit, baby. This is so exciting, right? We have nothing on this case. The real interview wants to put his investigator, right? We want to put that shit to the fuck. I really want to put myself all the way, you know, before shit goes wire. Wow. This dad's got a good deal here because he's gonna sue, huh? Wow, man, damn. Get that lawyer up. Who's he lawyering up? Ah, Papa Zupsola. Now listen, guys, I know he's probably a felon or misdemeanor. Listen, your past cannot be judged. We all make mistakes, all right? I don't know what the deal is. Maybe this is true, the abuse claims. I don't know that. Maybe they'll get him too, okay? But he is contacting the police. If you are an abuser too and you're doing something like that, you're really not going to contact the police, care about your kids like that. Really, you're not. You're going to rat yourself out. And they would do autopsies and find that proof that they have been abused. So there's nothing like that. The dads still walk in the streets, all right? They don't let people like that walk the streets, let alone do shit like that. So yeah, negative. Thanks for the 4 likes, guys. So no, he's telling the truth. So dad, we're gonna take the dad verbatim. Even if it comes down the line, he's arrested for something on his PC or something on his phone. That's on him, you know. But that has nothing to do, really, if it's not of his kids, right? What would it have to do with his kid? These kids were killed. He's checking on his kids, so he does care. And he wouldn't rap. It doesn't make sense. The oxymoron behavior goes really. The hypocritical behavior will go way past the point of being even rational or delusional, right? It doesn't even make sense to explain that to you in any form like that. So good shit for the pop. So he's contacting the police department June 10th, June 11th. He's supposed to see him June 7th, FaceTime with him. He's very suspicious that something's wrong. He knows his ex-wife. Holy shit. What about the grandmother, yo? Grandmother's got a lot to answer for. What the fuck happened to her? They're saying she's complicit in this, guys. Really? The grandmother? That's hard to believe that a grandmother would let their grandchildren or let alone daughter self-destruct and do this to her kids. But man, I've seen work. Yeah, guys, I've experienced it firsthand. I don't speak not from experience. Yes, a mother is capable of protecting their daughter over the kids. Yes, over the grandkids. Yes, and do what she says out of fear or love or both. So yes, I don't put that past that. But the grandmother here, I want a little more answers on this because it's interesting to me, that part. It's fascinating that the grandmother in 2026 is going to actually let this go down for the daughter and the grandkids. It's intense. OPP, I just ate a pork for lunch. Nice, brother. Chilling, guys. Going to make some lunch soon. I just want to get this stream in. I want to put down all kinds of content. I don't want to be boxed in. I'm the real viewer. I do a whole bunch of kind of content. And this is what we're doing right now. We're covering, reviewing, and ranting on this real double E and real case. And we're seeing the real deal. What's the truth before it comes out, right? Trying to prophecy on this shit, really, because the cops got a lot to answer for. Like OPP said, it could have been prevented, I see. And the father here is contacting the police department multiple times. Multiple, he says. And they're not doing shit until it's too late. They could have possibly been wad this shit and saved possibly 1 or 2 kids, or you know, saved the mother too and the grandmother from themselves. So yeah, nope, they said fuck it. And they didn't bother to send a squad car out there. They didn't bother. Now they're going to have to pay up some money. The most death to the dad. Hell yeah. He's his only surviving member. 100, right? Yeah, 100. Thanks for the reaction. Yeah, thanks for 4 likes, guys. 100, right? Yeah, pay the fuck up. Seriously, guys, that's ridiculous. I don't give a shit if you don't like the dad or think he's creepy or whatever the deal is there. He's calling to check on his children. He cares about their welfare. Yeah, 100. It just doesn't make... People are different. Stop judging what's strange as being bad. You know, just because someone's strange or different doesn't mean they're bad. Knock it off. Slap you in the face. No, just slap you in the cheek. But anyways, you know how it goes here, right? So this is beautiful thing. No wonder why he should be getting on the news outlet and spreading the word, guys. You know, you don't want to keep quiet in something like this. I say go media, and he goes media. And the lawyers, his lawyer's good. He should get a lawyer. They're calling him right now. They've been calling him, and he's mailing it up. And he's going to get the suing on, guys. You know, they're liable for this fucking death because, or for deaths possibly. They could have done something way sooner. Wow, like a week sooner, y'all. Holy shit. He's just, wow, he didn't even go over there himself. I don't know if he did. We'll see what was happening. Who the fuck? The neighbors got to call the police. They're like, we haven't seen them. No, they're smelling something more than likely. You know, I don't believe that they haven't seen him. The dad haven't seen him. He's telling the police say move on it. He's the dad, but he's all in another state. But they're were they smelling bodies? Anyways, you gotta smell that shit, right? Let's tell the truth about it. Tell us you're smelling motherfucking bodies. You're trying to deal with the smell for 2 weeks, thinking it was some fucking sewer main. I bet you guys, if you look up what the sewer company was called during these weeks, I bet you if you looked that up, I bet you they were called out. The sewer company, the water company, somebody was called out. Gas company, there's gas out there. And there's this smell. Like, oh, it's coming from this. The landlord was told. Yeah, it definitely stunk like hell. Right, thank you. So somebody's got to answer, too, at the apartment complex. Like the super or the landlord there. He's got to answer, too. Because he's not checking on his tenants. His tenants complaining about the smell. It's intoxicating. Could have gotten into the water supply. It's toxic. You know, people are dead. He's got to answer too. Then I sue him. Yeah, I sue him for not checking on my family. He should have did a welfare check weeks ago after the smell was reported days ago, or the first few days. It's hot as fuck, guys. So no fucking way it was because they haven't seen him. The dad reports him because he's in a whole other state. You think the neighbors give a fuck? No, they don't. Not around there. I showed you the locale. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody minds your own damn business. The only place people are nosies in the rich neighborhoods, in the suburbs, because you're like, why are you walking on my grass? Why are you even in this neighborhood? It doesn't matter what you look like. They're just like, why the fuck you here? I know, I don't recognize you. You ain't here. No matter who the fuck you look like. They're like, I don't recognize you, period. You're not supposed to be here. They're nosy. Those are the other neighbors. They're not nosy. I'm not nosy. I'm nosy though, but I'm not everybody else around me. They're not looking because like what I'm looking at, and they're not looking as often. So that's why we're gonna see much. Do little, see little. Do much, know much, find out much. I don't know what that was. Anyways, so wow, she didn't let you speak. This is the news route. So it's one-on-one with the dad on the phone. I like this one. It's good. Wow, so she didn't let you speak with on the phone? He says no. No, she didn't. I didn't speak with my kids. And then I called the police department to do a wellness check, worried about my children. I actually called a couple times to do a wellness check, couple times, more than once. May possibly more than twice. Sounds like he's saying 3 or 4. But he didn't say 3 or 4, so it's twice. I'm going to give the max on that. And according to the news and according to reporters that a neighbor called because they saw flies on the air conditioner and the smell of death was in the air tonight. I hope I never have to walk by an apartment complex or anywhere, neighborhood, and I want to smell reefer. I don't mind smelling the reefer. I might smell the cigarette. I might smell nothing. Farts, yo. Let me smell a fart, bro. But I just hope the roadkill even, guys. Oh my God, sorry, I think it's my nose. The roadkill is even fine. But this is, guys, did you hear this? There is flesh. The cops won't come. The cops won't come. The cops don't. Dun, 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 dun. Holy hell. Let's go back to the press conference. Let's go back to this press conference where he's like, after our investigation. Yeah, you better investigate after you're going to get sued, motherfucker. So you better just get to work, to save face while you can, and make up some stupid-ass motive. Give us stupid-ass reason. Give us stupid evidence. You know what I mean? Give us evidence that's true, but then you're telling your narrative. You're telling your story. And it's like, well, we're the cops, so, you just gotta believe it. And then they got the body cams, right? The cops like, yeah, no, this happened, bro. And then all of a sudden they come out with body cams now. Somebody got the camera on the audio, right? And they get caught and they're like, wait. There's more. Yeah, now what's up? Now what's up? And they still do it, even with the body cams and the audios. Still doing it. They don't give a fuck. They don't care even more. Just like somebody out there with a camera in your face. Don't hit me. Oh, I don't care about no camera. Same thing here. Cops don't care. Like, we don't care about no cameras. Shut the body cam. 15 seconds before it comes on. You hit him in the face for 15 seconds. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. What the fuck is this? 5 likes. Thanks for the likes. 5 likies. I love it. Sir Albert Gaines. I got my energy drink. I'm ready. Sir Albert. Yes, IOPP's here. Sir Albert's here. The 5 likes are here. I'm shooting for 10 likes for this stream. This is on the fly, Sir Albert. I'm going to start doing new things. I'm going to keep everybody on their toes. I want to be excited about my channel, my content, I want to be excited. I'm thinking I'm not getting excited. I want to be excited still. But thank you guys for coming along with the ride. So, but I never heard about this case, too. I'm kind of like flabbergasted. I kind of feel betrayed that the media, because they don't want the cops, guys. The cops in New York, they got to answer for that shit in Mechanicville. They got to answer, guys. Like OPP said, they got to answer for this shit. Can be prevented. Just like Benoit. Shit could have been saved. Those wrestlers got to answer, dog. You got to answer Judgment, Holmes. You covering for him? They said it out loud, right, on the doc. They said it all over. We're covering for him. And the dude's like, what? You're covering for Chris? No, this is weird. We got to call the police. You know him 20 years. You're covering for him. What are you doing? You're covering for a murder, you idiot. He knows it. But he's got to act like he doesn't know it. Like his friend would never do this. I now trust my... Yeah, if you fucking idiot. I know my friend. Yeah, my friend that got issues. He fucking chick... He's staying at my house the other day. He's fucking calling me. Told about she's fucking Adolf. Wow. the fuck out of here, bro. Liars, man. You know a bad liar when you see one. No, you don't. You know a bad liar when you hear one. Okay, guys? That's the thing. You need to be listening better. Stop looking and getting fooled by all these actions and wavy bullshit. You know? You can listen to the fucking words, man. Show the transcript. Real viewers got you the transcript. And I'm not showing you no crime. See, I've been doing the transcript, focusing on these words. Oh, wow. So we see the cops got a lot to answer for. Like OPP said, they got a good suitcase here, a good civil case. They're going to be held liable here, let alone the apartment. You can do a whole bunch of shit. Whoever you want to pick apart, if you got the legal lawyer to do it, you're going. You're going. And we'll see. We'll hear about this coming up, guys, for sure, because this is still happening in June of this year, just in June. So there's flies on the air conditioner, and the smell of death was in the air. Just imagine in that apartment. Imagine the whole complex, not just the air around it. When somebody farts, the room is lit, but the air out there is it's bad too, right? So you gotta get it out the whole fucking room, don't you? Because the air is just everybody doesn't want to hear farts. Like, yeah, I'm at your party. We're talking about farts when it comes to true crime. But yeah, their farts will get you busted. Sniff. What is it saying? You denied it. You supplied it. You smelt it. You dealt it. Those are all fucking crime and true crime investigative phrases for farts. And everybody, listen, I'm the yeah, baby, experience. I think I'm true criming farts. Like, who did it? I had to do it in school, guys, because you're sitting there in school and the person next to you farts, and they blame you. I said, what? And they said, we were reviewing, dog. I'm so red. I was like, oh. Yeah, that's what I'm killed. Not kill. I was going to have to do some nasty shit. But I was like, you know what? I'm going with true crime on them farts. Who farted? You smelt it, you dealt it, right, Ron? He says, ugh. He says, I don't know.
I don't know.
He don't know. He don't know who farted. What's up, bro? What can I do for you, my friend? Yeah. Oh, I want those, bro. I want the hotties. How many left those hot chippies? Those are alive. So you can buy the hot chippies then, right? All right, go ahead. Eat those chippies. Go ahead. Enjoy. Go. No. You want something else? Like just a little left, right? Oh, thanks. Sorry, guys. I'm debating with my son here. I'm trying to negotiate. I'm just a negotiator, right, Ron? Am I a lawyer negotiator like Samuel Jackson and Kevin Spacey? Huh? You want this one? This one? Yeah, that's the good one. I wanted this too. I did. What about the fudgy?
This one.
There's only one. You want a fudgy? You want a fudgy? Or ice? You gotta eat I can eat lunch. What about lunch?
The most one was not done.
Alright, when you're hungry, I'll make you lunch.
Blue.
Yeah, it's the same one in the
Blue.
Oh, blue?
Blue. Yeah.
Do you want lunch? When I make you lunch, bro? Here.
I'll eat this.
Alright, tell me you have any hot dogs. Hot dogs? Oh, onion rings. I got onion rings.
Why an onion?
Yeah, you like onion rings? I got onion rings.
Why is an onion?
Alright, onion rings. That sounds good, guys, for lunch. We need some lunch on, right? And fries. You guys hear that? Yeah, the chat hears that. The chat. No, the real review audience, the true crime community.
Guys, fries and hot sauce?
Yeah, fries and hot sauce. You got the hot fries and the hot sauce. Love you, buddy. Enjoy. All right. Cheers to you guys. We're really unfolding this investigation. I'm doing the stream now so that I'm going to start doing things I think of now so ahead of time and get them recorded so when it happens later, we can match it up or not. So that's all. I just want to get my thoughts ahead of time, guys. I think that's a niche I have too. Yeah, I want to start I think I'm just flying on these crimes. I'm staying up to date on the crime, guys, and we fly on new shit. I think the old shit has been done. It does views and all that, but I think we should go new on less information, guys. Maybe not even, I don't know what to title these streams. I want to do clickbait titles to get people in here. Yeah, I do. It's crime scene photos for a crime that was never, they're going to be like, you're lying, you're clickbaiting. I'm like, yeah, well, join the chat and let's talk about my lies. Let's talk about these lies. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you guys. The reactions are fire. 100%. We're partying. OPP Media. Hey, Albert. Yep. I'll bet some the cops felt like puking. Thank you, O. Damn. OPP says, welcome, everyone. Join, please. Like, yes, yes. Puking is... Guys, what about the people in the apartment complex? You know, even Dahmer's neighbor had a fucking issue. Knock, knock, Jeffrey. No, she didn't knock on the door, guys. Fuck that. Wait till Jeffrey comes out. She's like watching through the keyhole. And as soon as Jeffrey comes out, she's like, Jeffrey, the smell. Did you clean? And Jeffrey's like, no, ma'am. And he's like, I forgot. And then she's like, well, Jeffrey, your fridge smells like shit. Are you cleaning your ass? And Jeffrey's like, no, ma'am. It's just my fridge. It has a bunch of fish in it. The stuff went bad. The fridge broke down. Oh, Jeffrey, it stinks like complete death. Get that fixed, sir. Yeah, you know, sorry, that was annoying, but isn't it annoying? Like, why don't you just, whatever. They're trying to make her look like she's a big true crime detective. Like, trust me, everyone. If I had Jeffrey Dahmer living a fucking cross from me, don't you think the real reviewer would kind of know it? I would know it just by meeting this motherfucker, like Ed Kemper. If I met Ed Kemper and shook his hand, you just did believe that'd be the last. I'd be moving out the next day. They'd be like, what the fuck? You just got this place. I'd be like, no. I'd be like, listen, I got another job offer, dude. It's like down the street. It's like 4 blocks over. Yeah, see ya, Ed. Nice to meet you, but I gotta go. Back to the press conference. Not the press. Excuse me, the dad. Then we'll go to the press conference. I want to see the motive and how they're gonna explain this. To appease the public, to appease the father here. He's the only one that's got a case, you know, that cares enough to press it. But we care. And so did OPP was saying that. So does everybody here. So we're here today. 6 likes, guys. I'm watching the likes. I need evidence that you like the stream and we keep rolling on these true crime cases. We're doing new stuff. We're getting that new stuff, fire stuff, stuff that's hot. Sir Applegains, I feel like, nice. Hot metal slide. It was a, quote, ham, unquote, sandwich. Was it? For who? Mamas and the Papas? Mamas and the Papas, dude? You think it was really the ham sandwich? Dude, I've eaten a ham sandwich before, and I spit it out, if anything. I really don't swallow it if it's crap. You're telling me she was that? What is that? She's going to spit it out. Mama. Poor mama. Thanks, Hot Metal Slide. Yo, that is a sick name. Once again, an impressive name. Sir, I love those names. Sir Albert Gaines. Oh, Jeff T. Oh, the ham sandwich. Oh my God, right, the neighbor, the ham sandwich. Sorry, there's so many people making human sandwiches these days, or in the past, so I just confused my Hannibals, even the fake ones, Hannibal, but thank you, yes, Hot Metal Slide, thank you for clarifying the right serial killer, to get me back on track, with Mr. Jeff D. Jeff D, period, you did that so well, like you wrote it right for him, which he would do himself if he was here today, wouldn't he? Jeff D, period. That's one of the serial killers that more than likely should be around to be interviewed and talked to more. I know Stone Phillips does it, but like, you know, he's the one that gets taken out in jail the most brutal. Did you notice that? Like, out of all the serial killers, to protect every single fucking one, except for Whitey Bulger, which is not even a serial killer. Well, he is, kind of, but a mafioso. And fucking, he is a serial killer, guys. That Whitey Bulger is sick. If that's, you know. But, right? And fucking poor Jeffrey Dahmer gets it beat up, bludgeoned to death in jail, but everybody else gets the free ride to the electric chair. Hot Meadow says can't spell. No, you spell perfect, dude. No, Hot Meadow, that was good shit, dude. Thank you for reminding that. I remember that in the Netflix shit they brought that out, but she said that too, right? In the end, like eating a sandwich or they having. I remember the scene in the Netflix one how they harp on that, but there is so much other things. But then the neighbor, you know, like these neighbors, right? Oh, that smell. Oh, what is that? Flies in the air conditioner that wasn't even on in the middle of summer, guys. It's very hot up north, in New York especially. It is very hot. That smell takes, what? Just a couple days, let alone weeks. And the cops ain't coming. The dad's like, yo, check on him. This is not right. They're supposed to come out. And she does this right around, her and the grandmother are going to take out the daughter's 4 kids and the grandchildren before they're going to leave. And the dad knows something up. Cops don't move on it, guys. They only move on it when the neighbor, the landlord's like, "Lo, listen, you got to come out here because this smell has gotten fucking horrendous and there's flies all over the damn place. We think something's dead in there." Finally. Hey, Lori Weekly in here. Hot Metal Slide. You can spell. Thank Hot Metal Slide for stopping in, brother. You're awesome. Appreciate you bringing up the ham sandwich. I love to laugh. You know that. Lori Weekly, hi. Sir Albert Gaines up in here, OPP Media. We're talking this case that happened in June, and the press conference came out today, and they're explaining the motive finally by evidence. But we see the evidence that the cops didn't give a shit. So now they're like, we give a shit. So we better make this sound damn good, because we botched this whole shit. Evidence been ruined. Things have been ruined. Who knows who's been walking through this motherfucker or not? Who know who did it? Who did what did where? Damn it. Lori Weekly has a great question here, guys. Decomposition or mummification? We don't have that because this has happened in June, and the cops just came out today with their findings of the motive. So I don't know if that's said in the full. We have the transcript. I listened to a little bit of an audio while I was doing something. I think dishes. And that is a great question, Lori. But what do you guys think? With the flies being there, it's got to be decomp, right? With the heat, talk to me. It's going to be decomp. What do you think, Lori? Though I think we did one on Gene Hackman, guys. I did one on Gene Hackman, and they were fine mummified though. No, you can though. No mummification or decomposition. What do you think, guys? Peace out, Hot Metal Slide. Hit the like button, subscribe, brother. Make a donation, dude. I'm demonetized. Help these streams keep going, bro. Thanks for stopping in. Stop in again, Hot Metal. Jeff D would want you to. He's gonna eat you if you don't. Real reviewer's gonna eat you. Thank you, brother. Not in that way, but bad way. Good way. Fucking way. Get out of here. Lori, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Hot Metal Slide. I appreciate you, brother. But Lori Weekly, yes, you can spell. I got you. What do you think, Lori? Like, what do you think? Like, they have flies by the air conditioner. Finally, the smell after weeks is enough for people can't take it. Peace out, brother. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? I think it's decomp still, right? With the heat and maybe it's been about 2 weeks, I think, right, guys? Since they've been seen. I'll give you I think it's 2 weeks. So, because they're supposed to go out there, and it's New York and it's unusually hot. So 23rd, they make a welfare check, guys. The last time that the dad speaks to the mother on the phone is on the 11th, okay? So June 11th, they're found the 23rd. 12 days, guys. 12 fucking days. Give me 12 days. Give me a second. Hey, Carbon. We'll check this out, the 12 days. All right, 12 days in heat. How does a corpse smell? Okay? I'm just Googling that. So, after 12 days in high heat, a decomposing body emits an overwhelmingly powerful, sickeningly sweet, and profoundly putrid odor that combines rotting meat, sewage, and sulfur. I think we could pretty much say by that time they were like, fuck it. We gotta call. This ain't no gas leak. This ain't no sewer line break main. This is dead 6-bed bodies in this fucking small apartment in the middle of the summer at basically 100 heat index. Never seen for heat up here north, guys. Frying, cooking bodies into sulfur sewage meat. Rotting corpses. Fucking children at that. His fucking father, guys, is calling these motherfuckers. Tell them, come on, come on. They're supposed to be here. It's been 12 weeks. I haven't seen my children. Doesn't matter if you don't like the dad or think he's creepy or he's a felon, a misdemeanor dude. That has nothing to do with this shit here. Does it? Fucking A right. He's protecting his children. He's calling help, help. Whether he's arrested months from now for some shit on his computer, don't ask me that. I'm not telling you I'm not putting it past that just by looking and hearing from him in audio. But we got the transcript. So I don't want to judge that, but that's on him. He better start deleting his hard drive. But anyways, Carbon CS More, they checked the dad, guys. They fucking checked him out left and right. And anyways, he's calling the fucking cops. They're going to sue. He's going to sue the cops. Sue the cops, daddy! For wrongful death. Yeah, they're liable for these deaths because he's talking to him, and she won't let him talk to the kids on the 11th. She's like, oh, no, they're sick. Just like Benoit. No, my son is sick. He's got food poisoning. They're all dead. They're all fucking dead on the 11th. The 10th. He was supposed to speak to them on the 10th. They're supposed to be there on the 7th with FaceTime. Something like that. FaceTime on the 7th. They've been dead. What's she doing? Living with the dead bodies? Give me a second. He's not going to tell you at the press conference. He says that he tried for 6.5 years to get custody. Excuse me. I tried for 6, and this is the father. I tried 6, and he lives in Utah. I tried for 6.5 years to be able to get access for a summer for 60 days, going through every legal way that I could go through. And then I last spoke with my kids on FaceTime was June 7th. of this year, and I was supposed to speak with them on the 10th, and she stated they were sick. We last talked on the 11th. Wow, she didn't let you speak with them, says the interviewer on the phone. He says no. And that's when he called the police. Check on my kids, and they never went. Apartment temperature, hot as Hades. No, I'm joking. I don't know. You're right. Was the AC on? Was it running? You're right, Lori. Would that slow the decomp to 12 days? But no, because at 12 days, even with room temperature, right? Without AC, it's gonna do that. So it's got to be room temperature. It's finally so fucking putrid. I don't know. But it's a great question, Lori. You know what, Lori? Great fucking question. Apartment temperature, guys. Wasn't that that was good. Lori, I don't have an answer for you. No. So I won't bullshit you. No, I don't have it now. But great question, Lori. Could slow the decomposition, right? Process if that AC's on. Lori with the fucking damn, Lori. You got your shit on today. Hey, Carbon. How are you, Carbon? Sorry, I didn't want to ignore the chat. Yeah, Sir Apple says maybe mostly decomp. I would say decomp, no mummification. 12 days negative. Right, decomp all day. Flies, yeah. Lori says flies come very soon. Got you, like 3 or 4 days or 5 days, right? This is 12 days, so maybe that AC was clicking on and off, right? Maybe that's very good, Lori. I agree with you then if that's the case. I could probably Google that a little further, right? Lori, very well. Damn, I'll go with you, Lori. So you think the temperature, Lori, the AC, guys. Sir Applegate says, even with AC, I feel. Okay, so let's talk about that. What do you think? The kid's been dead. She has to put the AC on for a while. She'd have to keep it cool before she goes. We know the kids are dead before the grandmother and her, right? At least her, right? Would you say that, guys? Can we agree with that? Even without autopsy, without even anything further? We could just say by mentality and by history, she would be killing the kids first, and then she would go afterwards, right? It'd have to be that way, no doubt. Just by logics, right? I'm just trying to clarify that for myself. Laura quickly says, yeah, watch The Body Farm. Saw The Body Farm, know about The Body Farm. How they leave the bodies out there and how they decompose and all that. Yeah, cool. I'm just not down for those memories and those thoughts and all that. I'm down. I've seen it all in real life, haven't we? So we're done. But yeah, I like that. That's cool. But it's cool to learn the scientifics of it, right? So, but see, when it comes to that, there's flies. There's already a smell. It's an apartment complex. If somebody smokes a cigarette inside of that apartment complex or a joint, you're smelling it through the whole apartment complex. Don't fuck with me on the smell. Don't fuck with me on you not knowing something's funky. Everybody in that apartment, somebody smokes a stogie, a bogey in that motherfucker, they're smelling it all through the apartment complex. There's no fucking way. And that's a unique smell. And it's coming quick because it's hot. I don't give a fuck if that AC's down to 65 ice. The shit is fucking small apartment. It's fucking hot as fuck. And they ain't got no, hell no, they ain't even feel like they ain't got no AC in that apartment like that. They probably got a wall AC. And that shit is, the AC, the flies are coming from the AC. So the AC's off. It's hot as fuck. AC off, flies coming from AC. It's not on. Negative. Off. Hot shit. They should have seen sooner. They smelled something like Dahmer. And they told me like, oh, it's just the sewer pipe. And the dad's like, no, they're gone. Help, help. And they're like smelling this shit and putting it all in the past. That's how it's going down at that apartment complex. We're over top of Google, guys. We see the neighborhood. That's how it's going down. Yeah, he says, cooler on the floor. Fuck all that. They're on the, that's negative. That's, wow. Those flies are all over that AC. And they finally, after 12 days, they finally said some shit. When they see some shit, not smell some shit, they finally see flies. They finally see it. The corpse got to get up and walk the fuck out of the apartment like a zombie for them to be calling the police. And DA is right. NY attitude, he's right. They mind their fucking business, bro. I don't. I come from the South, man. I be looking out my fucking window. People walking through my yard. I'm walking past my window, dogs sitting in the bushes, living in the bushes behind me and shit for no reason. Well, fuck. Running up on me at night. Knocking on my door naked, talking crazy shit. What do you want from me, man? I know exactly. He's right. DA's right. And you know where I come from. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not stupid in England when it comes to true crime. Fuck that. That's what separates me. Yeah, definitely. New York attitude. Fuck that. They don't give a shit. They just deal with it. Good shit, DA. I shouldn't talk. I am a masshole. No, you're not. DA's telling it right. I'm a New Yorker, guys. I live in New York, but I'm not in New York. I'm a person. That's all. I'm not an American. I consider myself a human. Yeah, that's what I am. So ask me. I mean, my vote is for another human, not for another human. Fuck that. I don't vote for other humans. Huh? How about I vote for myself for once? Yeah, NY attitude. DA is so fucking right. No, you should talk, DA. Say your fucking heart. You'd review a channel, bro. You're telling something right and you feel it, put it in that shit. Because you don't second guess. Because that's right. It's a New York attitude. And I can vouch for that. Guys, I've turned a blind eye to, or a blind nose. I sure have. What are you, fucking out of my... I'm really being real with you. I don't want to deal with extra shit. I'm not calling no cops, bro. Look at the neighborhood. I'm not calling no fucking police to my house over a smell. I'm sitting over here today. I'm doing my thing. The fuck you talk about bringing heat over here? Y'all don't know nothing. DA's right, though. And the neighborhood, too. You ain't bringing no heat over there. The fuck's wrong with y'all? They didn't see him for weeks. Who gives a shit? They don't even know. The kids not playing no more. Guys, I'm on Google Earth in 2026 before the murders. Probably a few months before. And there's kids out there. It's beautiful. So it's like summertime. It's not winter. So it's like right before the murders. And you could see kids outside. I don't know which one is it. You know, maybe the grandma's sitting out there. There's people out there. It's creepy as fuck. Probably the last time you'll see them, we could see them, is in those. If I get it crystal clear, if I can get it 4K, maybe you could see faces or make out shapes. There's people. You can make out people. I know people from non-people. I know people from animals. I know people from dinosaurs. I know people from trees. I know, you know what I mean? We've done this so much. I studied this so much. I love it. Albert Gaines, okay, if they were in the AC, it's off. Ew, it is off. Because the fucking flies are on it. So it's been off. Fucking A-right, or it shut off, it went off, they shut the alert, whatever happened in there. It's a mess in there. My head is pumping from this, right? Thinking of that. So he's been talking to him so long, he's telling the police, come on, come on. Guys, what happens here is finally, after the neighbors see the flies, not smell anything, they're trying to glaze over that and gloss over that whole smell issue. Because God forbid they go sue the apartment complex and everybody's known as fucking heartless, merciless bastards when there's kids dead in the house. Nobody cared about the kids. Fuck the adults and what about the kids? But yeah, they can't be seen as heartless. Everybody's seen this. Look at this shit. What are you kidding me? All right, you're kidding me. But no, we're not ignorant guys here at the Real Reviewer channel. So that's what we do here. We call a fucking spade, and that's it. You pick up the card or you don't. We put it on the table though for you to see, for all to see. I put it on the table for all to see. You pick up the card or you don't. What do you want from me? Right? What can I do for you? You got to reach a hand out and take it or not. But I put it there for you to see. A spade is a spade. And according to the news and according to reporters that a neighbor called because they saw flies on the air conditioner and the smell of death was in the air. All in the air. You know, you smell that reefer around, it's all in the air, you know what I mean? But they don't give a fuck around there. They're just smelling shit, piss, and death. In the air, guys. In the air. All around the fucking air. Not just by going by the apartment, see? You know, pass somebody that just farted. That ain't the deal. Who farted? Whoa, where's that death smell coming? I never smelled that before. What is that? Who the fuck's apartment is that? It's not Jeffrey Dahmer's. Right? We made that assumption. Check your 66. Can you say... Fuck MAGA. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll say whatever you... I read your chat, so... You know, but... Dude, fuck these people. Fuck the cops. You know, how's that? That's unbelievable. But check your 66. You got to check yourself. You have other people saying shit you want to say. That's cool. Come support the channel, the Real Reviewer channel. Like and subscribe, whether you're MAGA, GAGA, or FAGA. I don't give a fuck. Or GAGA. Join this shit and gag on it, bro. Come on, bro. Like and subscribe. Make a donation to my Cash App. Check your 66. Check your fucking self, Holmes. Come on, brother. Show some love. Who gives a fuck? Put on a fucking put on a hat on your head and put a hat on my ass. Come on, brother. I don't know what that means. I just made it up. It's stupid as fuck. I love it. I got a headache. Thank you, checkers. I just gave you a like. Yes. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Check your 66. Thanks for coming in, liking, and subscribing with this fucking massacre, bro. They're smelling there's flies on the AC, Holmes. Right? Fuck all that, right? Tell fucking MAGA get over there. Tell fucking, right, do something. He probably will. You know, he should shut down, but he loves the police. You know what I mean? You gotta call a spade, my dude. You know? You gotta check that department. Like, everybody just flew out. They're like, yo, fuck you. Yeah, I don't vote, guys. I don't vote at all, so you can't hold it against me. I don't make any vote for no one ever in my whole life. I'm not a registered voter. 7 likes, guys. Thanks for the 7 likes. Yeah, I'm just not a registered voter. I never voted in my life. So I hold to what I say is true, y'all motherfuckers. My vote ain't for a human being. And I hold that for my whole life until death do us part, to earth. So thank you for the sub, Check Your 66. You did the right thing, brother. I'm a real one. So yeah, I'm a real one here, guys. Never registered to vote. Because my vote ain't for a motherfucking human. Yeah, I'm one of those. Never got the COVID shot. Bing, bing, bing. Because I'm the real one, double Lee. So anyways, thanks for the like and subscribe, Check Your 66. You made me really fucking happy, as you see. 7 likes, guys. We doing it, true crime style. Now we're gonna, I'm jumping on these new crimes, and we're gonna start investigating these right off the bat, guys. Seeing a whole bunch of shit with these new crimes. But thank you, Check Your 66. I appreciate you, brother, for giving me a chance and giving me your like and subscribe, dude. Just shut the bell off, because I go streaming every damn day, dude. I might annoy you, but I don't want to see you leave my sub. If I see you leave that sub, I'm gonna, detective this shit on you. Who left? I'm gonna be looking. Who subscribed and then just leaves? Then nothing for you to do it and leave it and just cut the bell off. Who is that? I'm gonna find you. No. Anyways, yeah. How long has it been since your kids have been gone? Hold on. Yeah, he says, and she says, what do you know you went through your mind when you saw that? When he saw that, what do you mean? He saw the flies? How long has it been since my kids have been gone? Why does she do this to me? Yeah, the interviewer says, I'm sorry, the news anchor, and she says, and you were supposed to see them. You were supposed to get custody of them for 2 months on July 1st, correct? He says, yeah. This is December 1st, September 1st. And this was going to be the first time in 6 years, you said, the interviewer said that you've seen 6.5 years that you had to see your kids in person. Wow, so there's something really mental here going on, guys. So the mother and the grandmother and the kids have been together, they've been fighting the dad on custody here, right? So they're going to go out there and she's going to afraid to lose them. Oh, wow, and they're going to be abused in Utah, she says, by the dad and the Mormons and all this shit. It's like a religional crazy thought. She's on that prescription high. Wow, guys, the cops are going to come out with some searches on the computer to verify this, to back this motive. Wow, everyone, we're going end of the world type, walking into the desert with your children. Remember that story? I think a mother walked into the desert with her kid, never came back, hasn't been found. It was an unsolved mystery. So the end of the world was coming. People start selling their souls, their houses. You got to sell your soul. You think the fucking end of the world's coming. They do it anyways. It's not even, you know what I mean? You don't have to be coming outside the door. You just have to know that it might. So this is scary to her, and the grandmother agrees, it looks like, on this. Wow, this is really a mental case. Lori Weeks says Washington State. No, that's going to be New York. It is New York. Yeah, and I'm in New York, guys, in the state of New York, yes, right now, actively. So there is, I know exactly what the weather's like this June and what it's like around there. So yeah, I'm speaking from experience. The cops ain't moving on his welfare check. Not quick enough. They could have saved some lives. He's talking to his wife, and she was saying, oh, no, you can't see the kids. They're sick. See? And he calls the cops, and he's like, no, they're not sick. I don't believe her. Send them. And they won't go. So some of them could have been alive. They could have all been dead. But either way, she was alive. You could have got her. It could have saved her life, and maybe more. Guys, you ever think about that? Saving the killer's life. You possibly can. And doing that, you could save other people's lives. So we got to stop the hate and put it aside. When you're a cop, when we're a viewer, a true crime investigator, I put the emotion aside. I speak with emotion, but I do not act with emotion, and I do not think with emotion. But I do speak with emotion. Yes, very big difference. Checker said Utah is kind of weird. Yeah, she was worried about Utah. I mean, was the grandmother's in on this, the cops are going to say, on the killing of the kids, the poisoning, and one of them had blunt injuries, sharp injuries. So, when you start to cut, it really starts to take if they didn't want to cut, they just did the poisoning. For somebody wanted painless. But then again, who didn't? It really confuses me, this play, guys. We don't have autopsy. We don't have all this. It just happened. But I think we can decipher this playback of the crime scene. We can get Mindhunter here. And this is stuff we should be mind hunting right off the bat, right? Not waiting months for autopsies, toxicology. They still don't have a toxicology back. So fuck all that. They don't even know what drug was used, how much of it. They don't know what other drugs were in her, what she was on, meth, crack, crystal. We don't know. So that's a factor too. What is a factor? Everything's a factor in something like this. But you're right, Check Your 66. Utah, I heard too. I knew a girl that lived out there a long time ago. I think 15 years ago. I knew a girl that lived out there, and she was a Mormon. She had some stories, but she was cool. but it's a very weird way of life. Laura Weekly says, like, not weird, but you just a different way of doing shit and viewing things. You know, they do take that shit to the serious. So who doesn't? Check your, you know what I mean, though. So I don't know. I'm not from Utah. I knew someone from there. Laura Weekly says, no, the case you just mentioned. Yeah, this is definitely from New York. It's Mechanicville, New York. Upstate. It's going to be summer. It's just June 26th. This happens, or not. Yeah, not June. Yeah, June 20th. Yeah, just in June. It's crazy. So he says, I spent hours. So you're supposed to see him September 1st, guys, and go out there. So now we have a little bit of a motive here. But really, like Check Your 66 is saying, is that really motive enough to kill your four of your children and do a self-destructive pact with your mother? And then the mother to let the daughter do this to her children and her own self is really got some fucking nerve on her. Oh, you got nerve, Mom! Laura Weekly says one in Washington State never found the mother. Really? I got to see those cases. Washington State, Lori, we did we just did Leah Roberts, didn't we, Lori? That was a good one. But right, the Washington looks scary, doesn't it? I heard a lot of disappearances, Lori, in Washington. Yes, let alone fucking. I guess there's plenty of places to hide a body out there, huh? Damn it, man. Those fucking woods are scary. What the hell is out there? Guys, real reviewer will tell you. I believe some shit. Nah, not like that, but there is undiscovered species or creatures. I don't know if it ain't no damn Bigfoot, though, guys. There's only one human species, and that's us. So, yeah, but other than that, who knows what's out there creature-wise. Check Your 66 people in Utah are kind of all like, alike. Yeah, right. Like, you better be alike. If you know, I could see being in Utah and being like a goth or something. This is like being a goth in the 90s or wearing a trench coat after 99, you know, in your high school. And it's kind of like that probably there, right? You're gothy or you're like, they think you're satanic. And they're looking to murder you and get you out of the neighborhood. Really? Right? Check Your 66. They don't fuck around like shit like that, bro. It feels like. Tell me. Lori Weekly says he killed the sons, slit their throats, and set them on fire. Really? Damn. Lori, yeah, I have to look up Washington murders. Wow. I'm speechless. You got me speechless on that crime. Check Your 66 says it's almost like everyone in Utah is related. Is that what the brain comes from there, right? The twisted fucking way of thinking. Yeah, Check Your 66, word up. Stop with all that, right? They need to shape the fuck up. You know, start reading that shit correctly a little bit or start straightening themselves out. Yeah, Check Your 66 says no. Yeah, man, terrible, right? Weird. I said I knew somebody, guys, a girl, she's very young, she lived there, but it's what she was telling me about her life and how her parents treated her and her sister and all this was very weird. I don't want to go into the details, but just Your 66 was saying, and she was different, but I liked her for that. Checker says people have demons in them. Yes, they do, and sometimes the demons win, you know, and that's it. But this is going to be some shit here. I want to get the mentality here, like end of the world mentality for this mother and for the grandmother type deal. End of their world if the kids go to Utah. Fear of the dad. So it puts the dad in a bad light, doesn't it? Already reputation-wise, but he's legit. And that's it. I don't give a fuck. But if anything's found on his phone or his hard drive, that's on him, guys. I'm not telling you he's squeaky clean. I do think he's a little... There's a reason why there's a fight here. And there's a reason why she thinks there's abuse. And there's a reason why Check Your 66 is saying something about Utah and where they're going to go. So I don't have a problem with there being something found on his shit, you know? Or on his background or whatever the fuck is there. You know what I mean? I mean background. You don't want to check somebody on background, guys, because, yeah, we all make mistakes and we can clear it up of that. The thing is the present, and the future. If you got something for the present, then the future could be damn fucking, you could stop something real bad. So you need to fucking get him now, you know? So he couldn't, everybody makes mistakes, guys. Real people should think that criminal record is going to be put into play in these crimes. Yeah, it's considered, but just like in court, it means fuck all. You know, when it comes to the real case at hand and the point at hand, you got to have evidence now provided. You can't judge someone in the past or you will forever never move forward and you will always be a piece of shit judger. And you should judge yourself then in the past. You're fucked. You'll never be a good person then. I'll never be a good person if I judge myself on the past, yo. Fuck, or I judge you on your past. I'll never get to your future or your present. I'll never know the real you. Check Your 6 people have... Yep. Laura Weekly says, yep. Yes. Right, Lori? Yep. Check Your 66 says, those weirdos carry guns. Yeah, I heard Utah is open carry, I thought, right? I thought it was open carry out there. But I don't hear much of way of shooting just yet. But there is one or two here and there. But there could be a soon, you never know, could be a soon massacre. You know, you have these Bible Belt places, like I think it was Dylan Roof there did some brutal shit. And you really want to get the less defensive people as possible. Not just people that can't defend themselves without guns, but people that even if they had a gun or had an opportunity to grab one or a weapon, they wouldn't even use it. And those are good religion people, very good targets, aren't they? And people start to learn that. But when they start carrying guns, right? Check your 66. Then they start fighting back. It's a different story. You know, you live by the sword, you die by it. So they need to follow their leader. So I spent hours in the courtroom, he says. I spent thousands of dollars trying to get access to them, trying to get those kids. He's saying, this is the dad, trying to get any record for them at all on permanent planning. I don't know what he's thinking, you know, trying to get his children back. I got nothing other than these 4 beautiful kids. He's starting to unravel. See? He's starting to unravel. Yeah, they're gone. The two monsters that are responsible, ones that took them from me. Do you think that this is something you know they plotted? The dad says, I think it was, in my opinion, it was both of them. This is before the cops come out today with telling us that it was both of them. So he had a suspicion already in this interview that it was both of them, the mother and the grandmother. So wow, we already get this from the dad, insight information. I didn't know this case was happening, guys, until today with the press conference. I didn't know nothing about it until now. And June 26th is this interview with the dad. So he's got it. He's on the level. And he's given us a lot of the crime. He's given us a lot of the scene here. He's given us a lot of the timeline, guys. You know, the kids possibly being alive, with the mother's alive, when she's last heard from, when she's last alive, when she's last seen, when the bodies are found. 12 days, exactly that. 12 days for the bodies to be flies on the AC. 12 days for that smell to be that potent and that putent due to 6 decaying bodies in this apartment. Small apartment. So yeah, people minding their business in New York per usual. True that, true that. Yes, who that? The Grim Reaper. Death. A massive death. Mass murder. Rotting corpses. You hear all that? And you're not checking anything. The dad's like, move. They don't move. The cops say, fuck you. So, no. So he says, the 2 I felt were the monsters. He says, I think it was, in my opinion, it was both of them. Yeah. Not just the grandmother. Was there a boy? No. A parent would ever allow this to happen or move it forward or anything. I don't know. Oh, this is a good idea. Let's do this. Never. Yeah. Were there any signs, says the reporter? I mean, did any signs or anything you know, any behavior that suggests he would just told you? Stupid bitch. She ain't listening. You know, like, this is the interviews. It's just rehashed questions, and he's telling the same thing in a different way, and she's asking the same thing in a different way. So it's just to kill time. There's no investigative tools here at all. That's not what they're meant to. They're not investigators, the news. But you got this guy on, and he's giving you a lot of shit already voluntarily without you even prying it from him. So you can tell he's on the level, and get us more. Have better questions so we have better answers, more detailed answers. Better questions lead to more detailed answers. Just better questions, not detailed, more questions lead to detailed. Just better questions will lead to a more detailed answer and to this crime scene. We're already getting a lot. He's very on it. He already told you he thought the mother, ask him why. But she's not. She's saying, okay, she's saying, were there signs? Okay, she is kind of saying it, but there's signs. Anything you know, their behavior suggests they would do something like this. But he's saying there is signs already. He's saying there's something. But you know what I mean? This question is just a rehash. He says no. Wow, he says no. But he just said himself. I don't get that. So I never spoke to her grandmother since, to the grandmother. And then even with her, I never spoke to her on the phone. Wait, he just said he spoke to her. What's he talking about? Hold on. It's getting confusing now. Why is he? What is he doing? Right? The last time I spoke with my kids was on FaceTime, June 7th, when I spoke, and I was supposed to speak with them on the 10th, and she stated they were sick. We talked on the 11th. So he did talk to her on the 11th. On phone. He's not saying oh, wait. Why did she speak with him on the phone? Wow, so she didn't let you speak with them on the phone. No, the kid's on the phone. Did she speak to her on the phone? Was he texting? We don't know. He's not saying specifically because the question isn't after that. It's really, did you speak to the kids on the phone? That's a good question. No, obviously, because he said that you're supposed to FaceTime with them, or he did. So I was supposed to speak with them. That's right. But yeah, so he didn't speak with them, idiot, on the 11th either. If he didn't speak with them on the 10th, that's the point here. But yeah, he stated they were sick on the 10th. So he's speaking to her either through a text or through a phone. Damn, bro. Now he says he didn't speak to her on the phone. Okay, through a text? Is that what he means? So, but we're, you know. Oh, it's always through text. Okay, he's going to clarify that. And even with her, I never spoke to her on the phone. Good. So yeah, I want to make sure I'm not insinuating these things and learning them. Like, I want to say them before so that when he says something, it's the truth. Like, it's not something I go off on. Like, I'm analyzing his statement. See, I want him to give me the truth. I don't want to make the truth up for him or for myself or for you guys by taking his statement and picking it apart. See, that's the revert. That's not how we investigate correctly. If it's Occam's razor, so this all is going to come to us naturally. But I want to make sure it does for myself. So I cover all points before he tells the truth. So, all right, we get more clarification on how this communication is happening. No, he says he never spoke to the grandma for a very long time. And then even with her, he says I never spoke to her on the phone. It was always through text and everything. Everything was through text. Even the texts were always vague. Or the kids are sick, the kids have this, the kids have that. So not per usual, but he senses this is per usual this time. So he's calling the cops over and over. I'm constantly, they say they're sick. I'm like, there's no way the kids are sick that often. And she actually, the interviewer says, how long were you together? What does that matter? You stay on, see guys, this is when they're not investigators. Stay on the crime, stay on this kid, stay on the sickness, stay on her. No, how long were you married? Did you have a nice anniversary? Do you remember what she got you for your anniversary? Really, guys, really? That's the next question? Fucking moron. How long were you together? Just 10 years. Okay. And then you filed for divorce in 2020? No, in 2020, and it took forever in the day because she would stonewall me. She would put a protective order in place so that we couldn't, talk to her. Oh, wow. Well, I sit there, and she tried changing the custody over to New York, which you can't because custody was here in Utah. Put a protective order for that. So that, there's multiple years I couldn't speak to my kids. Stop. Protective order for that. What do you mean? Protective order for what? That's not a protective order. Protective order is when you're a threat to either your kids possibly or your wife. Yeah. That's what that is, a protective order. You know what I'm saying? And there's different versions of it, guys. There's different, degrees, I believe, of the protective order. Either there's a no contact, there's a full contact, but rules and regulations, just like with house arrest or probation, same deal with a protective order. So it's domestic, it looks like here. And he's got a protective order against him, not because of that. He's obviously glazing himself. But we just because he did something in the past doesn't mean he's doing something now, all right? So just be honest and truthful, but they're not going to get it because they're not asking him those questions. They're not there for that. You know what I mean? If they did ask, then be truthful. They're not asking, so I don't mind. He's not lying. He's just not being forthwith. But there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't be forthwith with my criminal, right? Would you? Not let alone to do a job, let alone to the media, right? To the nation. They'll find it on their own. That's it. They're going to find out anyways. The cops already know. But even just because you do something, just because you commit a crime don't make you a criminal. Okay, guys? Just because you commit a crime does not make you a criminal. That's true. I feel it's true. Yes. So he says, well, I sit there and I tried changing the custody over. Okay, good. Protective order. He couldn't speak to the kids. Wow, she says. And you do all the living in Utah at this time. He says, yeah. And she moved herself, not only herself, but the kids to New York State. And yeah, on her, she had left according to the neighbor because I didn't find out until later. She didn't tell him. She just left. She moved. Well, yeah, she wouldn't tell you, which is custody. What do you want? You want a protective order. Fuck you, Like, get away from me. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, why does she tell you? Asshole. Like, she doesn't tell you nothing, The court says she don't have to tell you shit. So that's the way it is. That's the law of the land. Just because it ain't the law of your God or your body, whatever it is, it's the law of the fucking land you live on, so you better abide by it. Or your ass is grass. That's how we do. I mean, you respect the land you live on. You don't have to, live it and believe it, but you got to respect it. He says, because my parents were getting notices in the trash in the house. Blah, blah, fucking blah. Give me more on this. He's talking about disagreements and blah, blah. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else. That's the press conference. Back to that. Let's get to the motive. They state, the cop says here, he's on the podium today, he states that they believe that killing the children was only the way to keep them safe from alleged abuse in Utah with the dad, we just heard. The author also claims this is a note that was found. They're not saying where the note is found. It's in the house, it's in the apartment. It looks to be a self-destruction note, handwritten note by the mother, apparently. They're not saying, they say the author is Amy. So it is the mother, right? It's Amy, the mother, all right? It's a handwritten note. She's the author. It looks to be handwritten. I do handwrite. Yeah, it's handwritten. They said I do handwrite. She's old school. So she's going to be doing the writing. So really, what you have here is kind of like the job is done for the cops. Right? Because they didn't check, they could have saved lives. That's where they're held liable. That's what I told you guys always in every chat. The cops were supposed to protect and serve, not serve and protect. This case, they served and protected, and that's when it led to a lot of more death, or it possibly could have led to, yeah, definitely could have led to at least her being saved and maybe more kids. But yeah, just like any other case. So you got to move on shit. Even if you think it ain't nothing, you move on it. And that's it. That's your job. Your job is to be suspicious of the very little things. And people are there for a reason telling you things sometimes, and you need to follow it. You have nothing else to do, man. You know, I know you want to get home and eat your dinner. So does the real world viewer, guys. Don't we all, right? I want to spend time with my kids. I do that. I want to do that too. But I commit to a job. I pledge to something like this. These blood and guts are going to come first, and these families are going to come above my own. And that's the way it is, guys. If I sign up as a police officer, investigator, your family, your victim, you're going to come above my own family. Yes, you will. You become priority number one. And that is my pledge I take. And I do believe in that, guys. I do believe that I can treat you more so loving than my own children or family. Yeah, I could. I believe the love is capable of doing that. The love is, and some of these investigators have love. You know, John Ken is one of them. Sir Applegaines, not agree, but abide to law. Right, exactly. You're right. Not agree, but abide. Guys, I don't agree with some of the shit here where I live or government too, but I abide by the law like Sir Applegaines, and I respect it though. You don't disrespect it. You know, just abiding sometimes ain't enough. You just got to show a little respect too, because you can't be disrespectful because you're bringing heat on yourself. You're going to bring a problem. That's like asking for a problem. It's like going into gang hood and throwing up different gang signs or wearing a different color. You're asking for a problem. The same thing about disrespecting the land. If somebody's patriotic and they, you know, you fucking take note and have self-awareness and self-respect and respect for them. You know, self-respecting yourself is respecting the other person. Either way, it'll come naturally. If you really say you respect yourself, you respect other people naturally to come. You didn't have to. So, and they will respect you. But that's the thing. You're looking for respect back. You're looking for something back. You're holding shit against people. Stop doing that. Don't expect nothing but a fuck you, right? That's cool with me. All right, how you doing? Fuck you. Oh, thanks. See ya. You know, I really shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? That was cool. This thing punched my face off. Damn, I walk away again. Thank you, God. Or whoever. Thank you, the wind. Thank you, the rain. Thank you, the butterfly. Whatever. Thank you to yourself. Thank you to the real web viewer for telling you to watch out for that snuff. You should listen to me. The author claims that Sarah Myers had done everything that she could, that no one would help her, and acknowledges that the events did not unfold that they planned. Stop. Read again. The author of the note claims that Sarah... Who's Sarah? Sarah is... That's the daughter. Oh, Amy. So Amy's the grandmother. Excuse me, guys. Let me rephrase. So the grandmother's wrote this note and said that Sarah did everything she could. All right. So it's the grandmother, handwritten note, in her own writing to indicate she is complicit in this, not just the pathology forensics and this crime scene itself and testimony from the dad and people that knew her, but yes, this note is handwritten by Amy. That's what they're saying. 64, she's old, school. She's got it, she can't type. Is Amy already dead? I don't know. Is her daughter already dead? This is the strange, guys, very strange case, very creepy case. The states believe that the killing of the children was the only way to keep them safe. Okay, does everything she said that no one would help her and acknowledge that the events did not unfold that they planned. What does that mean? Done everything she could and that no one would help her and acknowledges that the events did not unfold that they planned. Investigators also recovered, I'll make food. What do you make?
Like
Some hot dogs? Investigators acknowledge the events did not unfold the way they planned. Investigators also recovered a series of handwritten papers that appeared to have been written by Sarah Myers. That's the daughter. Although those writings are unsigned, the author repeatedly referred to, quote, my babies, and, quote, expressed angry towards the Utah family court system, made allegations that she and the children had been abused while living in Utah, and complained that she had been made excuses that had been excuses that have been able to obtain legal representation. We confirmed. This is a press conference today from the police giving the motive and the evidence found here for these murders. It's a self-destructive murder. Kill of 4 children, 2 adults, by the hand of the grandmother and the mother over sending the kids to Utah with their dad. We confirmed that Amy visited multiple pharmacies in the days leading up to and the day of these murders. Surveillance footage, purchase records, and evidence recovered through such search warrants documented that she obtained multiple doses of over-the-counter sleep aids and picked up medication that had been prescribed to her. Those purchases have been even more significant viewed alongside the electronic communications recovered during the investigation. Search warrants executed on electronic devices allowed investigators to reconstruct communications between Amy, the mother, and Amy, the grandmother, and Sarah Myers, the mother, during the days leading up to these murders. These communications confirm that planning had begun no later than June 5th. And he talks to them, the dad last talked to him, he's supposed to talk to him on the 7th. He didn't. He's supposed to FaceTime on the 7th. She was saying they're sick all the way through the 11th. Last time he talks to her as the 11th. Last time he'd seen the kids, he's supposed to talk to him, man, it's been a while. Oh, shoot. Hey, Joe. Joe Smith. Guys, I got so lost there. Please, future son, you're a beautiful father. Thank you, Joe. I love you in chat. Love you too, Joe. I love the chat as well, guys. How's everybody feeling today? We're going to get some food going. I'm going to air fry it, actually. It's going to sound good. But this press conference is, wow, everyone. It's something of a, I don't know. It's intense. With the onion and everybody? So we're gonna cook some lunch, guys. What are you guys eating? What are you drinking? What's going on today? The Real Reviewer does have other streams planned, guys. Just ask my son, right? We're streaming all day and night. We don't stop here at the Real Reviewer channel, do we? Just to play Fortnite and eat and do a little work here and there. A little hustling on. Get the bills paid. But thank you, guys. Joe, thanks for stopping in, Joe. What are you eating, Joe? What's going on for lunch, guys? We've got some hot French fries. I got some onion rings. I need some real meat or something, right? Gotta be some real meat on these balls. But yeah, we're gonna get back to the press conference in a moment. Because I definitely want to see a little more evidence. A lot of intriguing things with this case. All right, we got some onion rings going. We do have some French fries. Hey, I'm getting hungry as well, right, guys? But we got some good cases coming up, everyone. I think you're going to enjoy them. But I wanted to mix it up. Getting really, your reviewer has to keep interested or I get bored. The real reviewer gets bored, did you know that? I get bored. Hope you guys ain't bored of me. All right, put it on the air fryer here. Cook the food. Get some lunch in, you guys. All right, let's finish this press conference up on this. See what we can decipher. Sir Albert Gaines, full throttle energy drink. Yes, Sir Albert, how you doing today, guys? Joe, Sir Albert, I want to thank you. Joe, Lori, how we feeling? How's this going? Check your 66. Thanks for coming in, like and subscribing. Lori, of course, and I think there was DA. Yup, DA back in, and Carbons. Here's more. Hot Meadow was here for a minute, and OPP. So yeah, guys, what do you think about this, man? I mean, I can't believe I even hear about it. So like today with this press conference. Thanks for the 9 likes, guys. 9 likes. But I got other videos coming. Other streams will be here. So be prepared. Yeah, 100, man. Guys, I really have a lot locked and loaded. But this is just something I wanted to jump on. I did want to bring new eyes if I could, new subscribers. I think we did grab 1 or 2. So that's what I really want to do. New eyes so they can see the live streams you've been doing. Right? 100, right? And they could be, look at those and be like, yeah, man, that was cool. I want to be there for the next one, right? But we got another case coming. Wow, I got other, oh, wow, man. We got things to do. So, Joe Smith, thank you. Yep, get that full throttle, Sir Albert Gaines. Like I said, I only go, guys, because I have to charge my phone, honestly. But sometimes I don't, you know, I charge it. But, yeah, really, the phone just dies, and I charge it and do another one. But we got to move on. There's plenty of cases, right? You want to keep this interesting. Joe Smith says, I'm not going to ask your son. I'm just going to live it up, and I'm going to do good for you and your family. Brother, sending good vibes to you in the chat. Thank you, Joe. Joe with the positivity, man. Joe, you're a good person to know, Joe. You are so positive. Your vibe is so cool. I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you, Joe Smith. Joe Smith, 7113. I love those numbers as well. Those are good numbers. And Sir Albert Gaines, full throttle on the energy drink, yeah? Let's go. You guys you're gaming or something, right? Do a little Fortnite with my son here and there, guys, on my downtime when I'm not streaming and stuff, you know, when I'm working and doing whatever we got to do to pay the bills, right? The bills must be paid. So, but we needed to have fun as we do these things, but thank you, guys. The chat's been amazing. 9 likes, too. We're almost at 10, guys. I said 10. We need 1 more, and we can get to that 10 spot. Double digits for every stream. That's going to be the goal. 10 to 10, and that's it. Anything above that is icing on the cake. So, yeah, we're going through a little bit more of this press conference, the police. I wanted to see a little more of what they have. So those purchases became even more significant when they viewed alongside the electronic communications recovered during the investigation. That's prescription drugs, search warrants executed on electronic devices allowed investigators to reconstruct communication between Amy. I did read that. Those conversations documented discussions regarding obtaining medications where the murders would occur, where the murders would occur. I want to read that again. How those medications would be administered, how the medications would be administered, how they would be given to the children, how the children would be brought together, how they would be, this sounds like some cult shit. Cult. They're saying that they're afraid of the abuse being sent to Utah on the cult, but they sound like the cult. This is some cult shit, you guys. What is this kind of reasoning? Can anyone explain this reasoning to the viewer? I would love to know. Albert Gaines, I'm gaming. Yup, yeah, Albert, I love game. Yeah, I used to love gaming a lot, but now I just love the YouTube more, right? But yeah, Sir Albert, awesome. Yeah, I can see you with the setup monitor. Joe Smith says, "We're on my ramen noodle guy. I'm a port. No, you're good. I'm on the you know, we got to go great value. We go great value. We got to go the brand. You know, we don't go brand name. You know, we got to. The food is an arm and a leg, Joe. So ramen doesn't sound bad at all. I'm doing French fries, my friend, and onion rings. So, yeah, but I air fry. I love that. Joe Smith, yes, do what you got to do, man, right? Survive. But the electronic evidence allowed, so I love the details are very clear here from the cell phone communications that they do have obtained between the grandmother and the mother. So a lot of texting going on. If this was in phone calls, guys, it never would be known. You know, the problem is here putting things down in writing. You know, I told my kids, if you're going to say something, you don't put it in writing. I said, you have to just make sure it's not in writing so no one can put it in front of your face. I said, you could always, I'm not telling them a lie, but I said, you could always say something, but, you know, it's your word against it. They have to put you on, really, the writing is the problem. You sign a contract, it's in writing. You need to read, the writing is the most important thing. So texting, you have to be very, very careful because you will be locked on that. That is actually print proof. You know, the voice could always be, when they're calling, guys, and the cop's like, okay, Amy called her grandmother, You know, but we don't know what the fuck they spoke about. That's right. That's how you keep a secret. You know, that's how you not be, even after you're dead. But no, people keep texting. Joe Smith, we're on. Yep, Joe Smith says, smile. You like that, Joe? Joe says, I look at OP's site. Good stuff. Go there. I did. Yeah, I did. I subbed. OPP. Check out his YouTube. Very interesting videos. You know, take you places. OPP Media. But guys, thanks for the 9 likes. We're going to keep going. The electronic evidence allowed investigators to reconstruct the murders as they unfolded on June 10th. All right. Guys, I want to read this creepy part. They discussed through the text how they would administer the drugs to the kids, how they would bring the kids together, and what they would be told, what they would tell the children. It sounds like some cult shit. Straight up. This is the cult. So this is it. Yep, get it. But this is a cult murder for me. You know, it really is. It reminds me of like some Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones bullshit. It's some crazy shit going down here. There's other cases like this where the parents take the kids out to the desert at the end of the world. So this is some under-the-world cult shit. The electronic evidence allowed investigators to reconstruct the murders as they unfolded on June 10th. In one exchange, Sarah Myers instructed Amy, the grandmother, that the medication should be administered between 10:30 a.m. and noon so they could be finished before a scheduled telephone call at 6 p.m. with the children's father. You know what day that is? You know what day that is? June 7th. So they died on the 7th. So they're dead in the house with Amy and the grandmother. So everything didn't go to plan, but there it is. So they're not going to tell you that because they don't have to tell you that at the press conference, but I will tell you that from the press conference, what they're telling us. Because the call with the dad, with the kids, is supposed to happen when, according to the dad? June 7th through FaceTime. She says they're sick. So possibly they're dead or going to be dead or really close to it, right? Because she's texting her mother, the grandmother, telling her, you give them the drugs at 10:30, they got to be dead by 6 before they get the phone call from the dad. So they can't FaceTime. There you have it. Damn, we're good. We're good. I was going to say I'm good, but you guys are good. You guys are hanging with me. That is damn good, right? What do you say? Joseph says, right now, brother, we hit the icing. Yep, get it. Right? But what do you think about that? I think that's pretty on target. So we just by that statement by the police and the father's interview, guys, see how the father gave us all this information and insight that the police already have. But we got it from the dad a month ago. So now we have him. Well, what time are we supposed to talk to the kids? Where, how? Through FaceTime on the 7th. She says, no, they're sick. She's texting the mother that morning of the 7th, telling them to give the medication to kids and kill them before 6, before the phone call with the dad. You have it here, the True Crime Reviewer. This is what we do. And I see between the lines, we are mind hunting, and that's what we do. We're basically mind hunting. Telling you things that they have that they're not going to tell you in that police report. So it'll probably be released later on, more details, but I'm going to do it ahead of time because I know it's going to take months for YouTubers and true crimers to put together this because they got to get the information, they got to wait for it. I already have it in my head, so I'll just release it to you, okay? But it takes work, guys. It has been 100 minutes here, so it's not like I got on and shot this all off in 5 minutes. You do have to hang with the real review, and you have to fast forward the stream and when you look way back, but we get to the point, we get to the thick of it. Yeah, we do. So there you have it. You know, the timeline matches up perfectly, and I was figuring the kids were already dead, and they're dead. And there you have it. They're fucking dead. And we say it by the timeline and by this evidence released by the police. Later that morning, as the children failed to respond, see? Later that same morning, they failed to respond in the manner Stedman and Myers. Oh, excuse me. Hold on, guys. Wait. Guys, we're getting creepy shit. It's getting tough now for them to kill him. Hold on. Oh, we're getting Chris Watts over here. So what happens is later in the morning, the children failed to respond in the manner Stedman and Myers had anticipated. They did not die from the medication. One of the mentions stated, quote, it's not working. We need another option. End quote. Investigators also recovered a message from Graceland that began, quote, why would you do that? You both won't let me puke before describing increasing pain in her stomach. I'm sorry, guys, I'm getting emotional. We're gonna stop that for a second. You're here for a reason. I should be tough. That's a tough one, guys. So the child is texting the mother that she's sick and she doesn't understand why she's not letting him puke it up before describing increasing pain or something. Later that evening, Amy, the grandmother, sent a final disturbing message to her daughter saying Grace is aware. Those communications are important because they document far more than planning. They show that the grandmother and the mother were communicating, coordinating when the murders were taking place. One child suffered multiple short, that's the child probably that did. One child suffered multiple short force injuries. That child was Gavin. Oh wow, a defensive wound was also documented, indicating that he attempted to protect himself during the attack. Investigators also recovered internet search history from Amy, her phone, that's the grandmother phone, showing surges involving medication reactions, the effects of insulin on non-diabetics, and the Utah court system. I believe that's the grandmother. Yeah, Amy's the grandmother. There's a lot there, isn't there? There's a lot there, guys, to decipher. But my phone is dying. I'm going to eat, so we're going to end this quickly here. Not quickly, but yeah, we're going to end it. Got a lot of streams to do. Be stabbed. Okay, so she's looking up things like the Utah court. Later searches included. I wonder what about the Utah court. That's that. She having second thoughts? No. Joe Smith, I have seen a lot of nasty. Just don't love you people. Love you too. Yeah, we've seen some shit, huh? I've read some things though. You know, seeing it is sometimes reading it is even worse for me. Later searches included where's the most fatal place to be stabbed and find the carotid artery in the neck. End quote. The final electronic communication recovered between the mother and the grandmother was received approximately 8:41 on June 10th. Okay, so they weren't killed then. They're going to be what? No, they're saying they could be dead. I don't know. Was received approximately 8:41 on June 10th, approximately 9:30 p.m. on the same day. Surveillance footage captured Amy stabbing at a local gas station. She then returned to her apartment, and those were the final independent documentation. Okay, so the kid's already dead, and now they're going to finish themselves. So the kids, yeah, then that timeline is fine with me. They could be dead days in advance, it looks like, before they take their own lives. It happens with Benoit. His whole family waits days in the house before it's done. Same thing here. I don't mind thinking that, but just by the timeline as well. Captured Amy's. So the last communications, she's going to go to a gas station. What does she buy? I wonder what she buys. She's at a local gas station. That's the grandmother. She then returned to the apartment. What did she buy at the gas station, guys? They're not telling us. I'd like to know. They know. Why don't they tell us? Yep, stay hydrated. Why don't they tell us what she bought at the gas station? That's creepy too. They need to tell us. She then returned to her apartment. Those were the final independently documented communications and movements investigators were able to establish. That's it. They're going to die inside shortly thereafter. The invest by their own hand, apparently. That's a strange death. How do you do that? How did they get that done? The rest of them were murdered on June 10th. Okay. So June 10th, and the dad says, I last on FaceTime June 7th. I was supposed to speak to them on the 10th, and he stated they were sick. We talked on the 11th. He didn't even speak to him the 7th. Guys, you know why the cops got to do that timeline? So they don't want to get sued. So they're going to get sued anyways by the dad for, being liable for the death, for not responding sooner. So they put the kid's death to the timeline on the 10th rather than the 7th. That makes sense to me. Yeah, it does. But okay, the 10th is fine because they're still too late. They're still way too late. Get sued, fuckers. But yeah, toxicology, pathology, time of death is at June 10th. They don't even have a time of death. They just had June 10th probably. And they're matching it up with the timelines and tech too, not just the pathology. So no. He doesn't talk to him since the 7th. He's supposed to talk to him on the 7th, you guys, through fucking FaceTime, through his own mouth. Oh, they're sick. Why couldn't they talk then? Because they were already doing the killing on the 7th. They didn't didn't want him talking at this to the dad by the 7th. What liars, the police are. Wow. Altering shit, too. They're fucking dirtbags. Because the dad's telling the truth. He's supposed to speak to him. Tell him the truth. Daddy-o. 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 Okay, so I just want to read a little more on this, guys, because it is interesting as hell. No point intended, but that's where they think they're going to heaven for this, but they're really going to go rot in the biggest pit of shit that they ever imagined. It's a cult killing, man, to me. It's a cult fucking killing. It really is. It's a reverse cult killing. All right, so yes, we're gonna eat some lunch here, guys, and come back with a few streams maybe later. Because I'm always here, man. I'm always streaming because I want to stream. Yeah, I do, and I want to put things down, my thoughts, prophecies on crimes, and things like that. So hey, Dylan Little, what case was this one? Hey, Marissa, how are ya? Thanks for coming in. This is yeah, right. What case is this? Aren't you guys surprised? This case happened in June. The grandmother and the mother kill the mother's kids by poison and by stabbing, and then they destroy themselves by self-destruction. They don't say how the mom and dad, the mom and grandmother do it. Grandmother writes a note explaining everything, and there's text messages to prove they're actively killing the kids and how they're doing it. And there's problems killing them because the pills aren't doing it. Some of them are aware that what's happening, that they're trying to hurt them, and then there's a knife pulled out. And then things get really haywire. But they're all dead. And they're sitting there for weeks, guys. And there's flies on the AC. It smells. And the dad's like, I was supposed to talk to him on this day. And I never, then my mother, they're lying, saying they're sick. Go over there. The cops say no. The cops don't go over there for weeks. 2-3 weeks, whatever it is. Finally, they're forced over there by the apartment. Can't take the smell no more. Can't take the flies over the AC. And they go in and that's what they find. And they do find a self-destructive note that by the grandmother. The grandmother's complicit in this murder / self-destruction. It sounds like a cult killing reversed. Because they thought Utah, where they were going to go with their dad for the summer, was going to be a cult thing and abused, and they're never going to get him back. And that's their reasoning for doing this. Unbelievable, huh? But we're on the end of the press conference here. I was going through how the cops came out today. I was just doing some dishes, and they're talking about this case, and I never heard of it. And it's happened in New York just a month ago, and it's very hot. So yeah, you would smell that shit very soon. And yeah, we're just like, what the fuck? And the cops are saying this is how it went down. But of course, there's always something. But although investigators cannot independently verify the circumstances surrounding each alleged incident, so you see there, although investigators could not independently verify the circumstances surrounding each alleged incident, the same claim justification repeatedly appeared throughout the handwritten writings and electronic communications. Amy Stedman, that is the grandmother, and Sarah Myers, the mother, consistently portrayed these murders as a way of protecting their children. And who hasn't, right? How many times have we heard that? Oh, they're gonna go to heaven. I'm gonna do mercy on them, right? We've heard that. Chris Benoit is one of them that comes to mind. The cult killings. We did a poll recently, right, guys? You want to cover cult killings? Was there, and I have cult videos from years ago. I love Jim Jones, right, guys? Heaven's Gate. We know those are the most infamous cults. You will see Charlie Manson. Charlie Manson. So how can I forget about Helter Skelter himself? So you have Helter Skelter, Heaven's Gate, and you have Jim Jones. So, and these people sound like very culty, and they're trying to say that they're doing this because to save them from a cult. I don't get it. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Dylan, I'll go back and read that. The cops got text messages with the mother and the grandmother and the mother. And one of them is aware. One of them is not, they're not dying from the pills and they're throwing up. And the grandmother's there and is texting the mother saying that she wants to throw up, but they're not letting the daughter. The daughter's like, why won't you let me throw up? She's texting the mother that the grandmother won't let her throw up, that she has stomach pains. And the grandmother's not letting her throw up. She says, why? And then the grandmother, a few minutes later, texts the mother and says, one of the daughter there with the stomach pain knows something's up. Well, she's aware. Like, she's aware that they're trying to hurt her. And then I guess there's these wounds here of knives apparently being used to finish it. And then they're going to do themselves, but then it tells how they do themselves in. But isn't that some shit? That's crazy, right? Dylan Little, remember the Utah lady from Utah that was starving her kids? Yes. Yes. Yes, Dylan. I remember that. Did she get jail time for that, right? I don't know. I didn't follow up on the case, dude. But I heard about that, yeah. There's a lot of YouTubers doing that, isn't there, with the kids? Like, Ryan's World. They're nice to Ryan. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Apparently, you could be dead in your house for 12 fucking days and be rotting. Well, nobody gives a fuck anyway, so... Yeah, I believe that shit's happening. You know? For sure, brother. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors, right? Oh, yeah. It's all for show. That's why those videos are edited. That's why they barely go live. If you notice, channels barely go live on live streams, really rarely. And they'll give you every excuse in the book about why they can't. They gotta prep for it. You don't gotta prep for a lot. You get the fuck on, bang, done. But they don't want to show you certain things. They just can't just jump on a live. And if they do, they get caught doing some nasty shit, don't they? So yeah, you just jump on a live. I jump on a live, you vlog with me. I got nothing to hide because I'm a true crime investigator, so I better have nothing to hide. And I better be doing the right thing. And that's what we do. And I show you I'm doing the right thing. And if I'm not, you can call me out on it or whatever. The kids call me out, you call me out. But either way, if I'm doing the wrong thing, fuck you. Call out yourself. How about you judge yourself? You know? So if you call me out, you got to be calling out yourself because you're doing wrong and I'm doing wrong. So don't call out nobody and fuck off. You know what I mean? Have fun. Dylan Little, I think she did. Right? Yeah, she did, Dylan. She knew. Isn't that disturbing? Isn't that disturbing, Dylan, to think of these details? But we got the details from this press conference and the father. And the timeline really doesn't match up with the cops and the dad. So one of them is lying about when the kids were dead, really, and for how soon. But either way, the cops did not act quick enough, and they could have saved her life, the killer's life, or at least, you know, the grandma, somebody. But no, because the dad was telling them, go over there, and they said no for weeks. And he knew something was up right away. So they're going to be liable. He's got a case for sure. He needs to sue. And the apartment, smelling that shit all day and not saying nothing, that's New York for you, like DA said, you know? That's the neighborhood, too. It's not your nicest neighborhood. So there you go. People minding their business. There's worse things in the air than death, apparently. They said the air smelled like death. Thick death. And no one gave a fuck. Not even the police. So they received a request for a wellness check. They were on the... Yeah. The reporters asked about the wellness check, but they're giving the wrong dates because the dad is like, I called the police this date, and they're saying he didn't call it till this date. So they go to court over that, over the civil then. And of course, that'll come out that the cops are lying. So they'll pay out. Why do I know the cops? Because they'll pay out. If the cops pay out, then they're lying. They don't even want to, you know what I mean? Why would they be all right? There, they would win the court case. There's going to be a case for sure. He's got a good one here. A couple mil. A lot of money, actually. Four kids. Hey, Terry. Terry says that story never panned out. Talk to me, Terry. This story with this murder here, brother? Oh, you mean like the plan, or because it does say that the plan didn't go to plan. So this says, so the recently the children in good health. They're seeing. We were on Google Earth, guys, in 2026. A few months could probably spot them. Do you know? You conclude what the drugs were besides the sleeping pills. We don't have the toxicology reports back yet. Well, okay. Appropriate to know you give a good roadmap to some. I don't even. I'm gonna glaze that like they're doing. So fuck whatever. You know why? Because it comes. This probably comes to the parent, to the grandmother and the mother. There's something here with. Because it didn't work on the kids. See. So it didn't work on the kids. We know from text messages, as they do. They know exactly it didn't work on the kids. We do too. But what about the parents? Is that what they're waiting on? A tox from them. That's what probably more than likely. Appropriate to know you give a roadmap to somebody else that might be considering some action like that, but we don't have a toxicology report. On who? On what? What do you mean? On who? I mean, you just told me in text that the kids were throwing the shit up. They're walking and moving and conscious. So there's not enough in their system to dead them or even put them to sleep. So, and you're saying a knife was used to do it, to finish the job. Why are you... She's texting. One of the daughters, guys, is texting her mother, telling her, why won't you let me... Grandma will let me throw up. So she's actually conscious and texting. So what are they trying to do? Like, are they trying to, like soften this cushion for us or for them? Who are they softening this cushion for? For us or for them? Because this whole time, they should have been at the door, knock, knock, doing a welfare check. Yeah, because the dad was already on that same day. He's supposed to be on the call with them, I think. So he's going to be feeling some shit. Man, whatever. He doesn't get the call from him, though. These cops suck. Do you know what... no, they don't got tox, guys. You said you were investigating and searching the electronic devices and the message. What was that message? The device was that he was using on, if you go a little deeper into... He snorts. Like that. She had an iPad, and they were texting back and forth. I can't say for certain. Obviously, it wasn't there, but it would appear that to keep suspicion away from the kids, they were texting back and forth in the apartment while it was happening. So they're texting back and forth while they're still, both of them are there. Isn't that insane? While they're carrying this out. It's not insane. Because everybody does that. I know girls do that when a dude's in the room, or a dude does that with a girl. If a dude has like a girl's number and like his chick's in the room, and he wants to hit on the chick without his chick knowing, he texts her. So yeah. You wouldn't even know. You know? You wouldn't even know that your chick's being texted by this dude sitting right next to you. By your best friend. Because you trust your chick. But yeah, that's happening right here with the kill of the kids. And the kids, one of the kids is texting the mother and telling her, why doesn't the grandma let me throwing up? Isn't that weird? You're not even speaking. They're in this small apartment. And they're texting? Where are, like, guys, I'm really disturbed by this case. I really am. That's why we had to get on these shits, you know? Hey, Charlie. Charlie says, hello. Charlie says, there are 3 states that are doing 3 executions a day. Yeah, I saw Florida did, like, what, 2 the other week, right? 2 fucking scumbags. Got done up. Got what was coming to him, yeah? They got exactly the reward that they risked it for. So, yeah, Charlie, it's good to see you, brother. You said they said they were texting back and forth while I was all happy. That's the creepiest fucking shit. These people, oh, wow. Oh, this is one of the worst cases, right? It's up there with Watts. So good thing we're covering these new shits, guys. I'm jumping on these new cases right away. I'm going to be the first with my thoughts and investigation. We're going to tell things that we should know right off the bat. We know a lot already. You like the onion rings?
No.
I like them.
You didn't ask for. I didn't touch one of them.
I don't think they're too shabby.
I only took one tiny bite of them to make sure I like them. Not like have a taco salad.
The tacos, man.
What?
I made the tacos tonight. The tacos?
Have cereal.
You get it?
What is this one?
Apple Jacks.
Cut it.
You like Apple Jacks?
Is it 2 cereals?
There's one, but it looks like 2 of them. Oh, this is the berry one, remember? That's one in the fridge. Here. Apples.
I like this one.
Alright, we're gonna eat some cereal after that. The attempt to eat French fries and onion rings went. How good?
I don't like. I like the onion
You don't like the onion rings?
The onion rings are like 2.
Oniony.
Onion rings are like 2, but the fries are like 10.
Yeah? 2 for the onion rings on the rate and 10 for the fries, my guy?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. I gotta admit, I'm with you on that.
What's yours?
Mine is, I give a 5 on the onion rings and an 8 on the fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually that's simple, but that's bad.
1 second, guys. I'm making some cereal from Apple Jacks. I'm not a big fan of Apple Jacks, but now I am when I'm older. But not a big fan, but.
I'm not cereal.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Probably too. I like cereal. How that, huh? Whoa.
What is that thing that's case for?
One free book. It's not in here, I think.
I think it is.
No. You gotta turn the box in. Go ahead. No. It's not in there, buddy. Yeah, it's in there. You'll get it, but it's not. You gotta send it in. Fiber. Fiber makes you go to the bathroom.
After this, grab some more.
Yeah, if you eat the rest first, eat that first. Don't worry about the second once you eat the first, okay?
I love
Don't get ahead of yourself. I know, but don't get ahead of yourself.
This is my
Yes.
second favorite.
I know, but you never know if you finish the first. All right, finish the first and then worry about the next. All right. Dylan Little says Ruby Frank after she was arrested the day her custody of the kids. Yeah, I heard about that. Those YouTubers. Another one too, right? There was like 2 or 3 that got busted, right? They got found out. So yeah, everybody gets found out, man. If you keep doing shit in the dark, it does come to light. That's why I kind of respect people that do dark shit in the light. They're harder. I like people that do dark shit in the light. Yeah, they're harder and they're more brazen and they're more like, I don't know, I can kind of forgive them a little bit, I guess, if they're caught. Because they kind of really didn't hide it too nasty. Like, they kind of told me, but I didn't want to believe it. Thanks for the 10 likes, guys. What's up? The chicken sandwiches? With the, you want a chicken sandwich?
I bought a chicken sandwich.
First the chicken, okay?
Okay.
So you eat first chicken.
2 chickens and 1 Utah.
2 chickens, you got it, coming right up. Alright.
2 chickens, 1
We got another kid here. Sorry, my second son came in. He made an order for 2 chicken patties on a bun. So it's McDonald's style over here, and we're loving it. Dun, 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 dun. We're loving it. Y'all loving it? Y'all love it. Come on, guys, tell me you love it. Hit that like. We got 10 likes, baby. We got 10 likes, double digits. We got double digits. Come on. We're a viewer audience of true crime. This is a sick one, and it's fresh. It's a freshie, isn't it? It's a freshie, guys. 10 likes. 11 likes. Yeah, I come back to 11. I gotta eat for a minute, guys. I'm so hungry. Thank you for the 11 likes. I'm hungry for the likes, guys. I'm hungry for true crime. I really am. So interesting. Thanks you guys for joining me. Yeah, the heart reaction. All right. Yeah. Woo. I'm excited because I really, you know, guys, I want to do things that like get me fired up, you know, and these really are crazy, but you guys get me fired up. These new cases, like getting into them new with very nothing out there and trying to help people understand them or like get new information with very little for these new cases that come out. That's kind of like what we should, you know, that's more, right? Yeah, that's good stuff. Like the older cases, all right. Everybody's heard it all. We've heard it all. They're not interested in clicking the video, man. They're really not. They're just not interested in the old cases, guys, you know? Yeah, they're just not. I'm gonna maybe gonna do some new, like, really the well-known cases, but these new cases. But we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for the reaction. Thank you for the reaction. 12 likes. I just saw the 12th one. Wow, completeness, huh? Thank you guys. 12 likes. We're covering the case like never before, really, right? Really, nobody's gonna be covering this like this. Maybe those, what is it? The crime ones, the big ones. But no, I don't even think anybody's like on it like that. So, or has said the things we said here or found out today. 130 minutes. I know we got something. So 12 likes. Thank you so much. That does prove it. The goal was 10. We did 12. You guys are beautiful and amazing. Every single one of you. All right. Like I said, we do bad things. Doesn't make us a bad person. Okay. So everyone knows the 12 of you out there and in the chat. We do bad things, but it doesn't make us a bad person. It doesn't. It's not an excuse to do bad. Yeah, either. It's not like we were motivated by bad guys. We're motivated by love when we make mistakes, okay? Sometimes that love does be distorted. So the cops are going to say, I don't think that they were trying to, was there any signs of other drugs were used in the apartment? So there's signs of a lot of different drugs inside of the apartment, over-the-counter prescription medications. So both. And like they were cooked or were there, I don't know what that means. I do know what it means. There were some powder forms in there. There was pill forms there. There were liquid forms. Cough syrup, cough medicine, something like that. They went to the gas station. What are they buying there to drink? Bleach? I don't fucking know. You know, is it bleach? What are they doing? The liquid? What's the liquid you would drink for poison? Rap? What is that? Drano? It's either Drano or bleach. That's what I'm calling it. I mean, liquid, guys, I think, what did she get at the gas station? Is that one of these liquid products? I'm curious. On the fly. 14 likes, guys. Thanks for the 14 likes. Thank you for liking the true crime streams. We do a lot here. So I appreciate you stopping in, guys, and liking this. I'm trying to cover this case truthfully here. Trying to pull things out with very little. See what we have. It's an interesting case. It's very, very tragic, very horrendous, ghastly, if you ask me. No murder mystery movie could compare to this shit walking into that Friday park. You're smelling death in the air, for crying out loud, for 2 fucking weeks. Nobody can check on this poor family. Dad's been calling the cops since he couldn't speak to his kids on the 7th. He knew something was wrong. Right that night, when they're texting between each other to kill the kids that night. So they don't talk to their dad by 6. But the cops are like, they're not dead until the 10th. But the dad's like, they're probably dead on the 7th. But we know that from the dad. He gives an interview a month prior. The cops can't tell him not to speak. And he does. There's an active investigation, and the dad's talking, telling us exactly the timeline. But the cops are trying to make the timeline. See, the cops don't tell you a timeline, guys. They make the timeline. So you always got to separate that. The witnesses here, they don't make the timeline. They're telling you the timeline. Because you gotta make the timeline with the witness reports. If you're an investigator, by the witness statement, by their time, you don't make the timeline. That's why I don't force shit here. We do Occam's, and that's how we do it, and everything works out perfect. I don't let anything or anyone deter me, guys, from fucking Occam's razor. Not even myself. My emotion. I had to take that out and just follow the law, follow the principle, and we will find the truth. And if you're motivated to find the truth, you'll find it. You just gotta keep looking. Yeah, you can't give the fuck up, or you won't find shit. But you gotta know where to look, and this is why you're here. I will help you with that, and you guys help me with that too. If I'm not looking, if I don't know where to look, you guys are here to help me look, and you do that very well. The 14 likes, wow, you guys do that very well. Check the streams, guys. There's plenty of check the channel. You'll love it. Plenty of content. Just ask the subscribers, right? You guys know there's plenty of stuff, and it's beautiful. And it's interesting. So he goes, they were in very more powder forms, liquid forms. Guys, my curiosity, pills, fine. Powder form, okay. You chop up the pills. That could be the powder form, or it could be other kind of extract powder or legal powder, whatever it be. Pills, legal, over-the-counter, illegal. What really interests me the most is that liquid form. Never heard of a cyanide. I mean, I don't understand what liquid form we're doing here. I mean, that chloroform, a poison. Is it? Can be used as a poison, or is it? It's a poison. It's not saying it's a poison. He's saying it's a drug in liquid form. What is that? The lean? They can't get their hands on that shit. I don't know even what the fucking really the lean. Sure, I don't know what they're doing. I can't speak to that for certain. He says, the cop at the press conference today. I can't say that. We had her on video at least 3 occasions doing that, getting prescriptions and/or buying liquid forms and/or pills. Blah blah blah. Correct. Were any drugs obtained illegally? We don't have any information to support that right now. NyQuil. Yes, Lori, I agree with you. NyQuil. Yep. NyQuil, right? Probably more likely NyQuil then, right? Yep. For the kids or for her, for all of them, you know, it's very like the Kool-Aid shit is very outdated. You know, they should know from Jonestown when you give the Kool-Aid, you know, whatever you put in that shit, even if it's got to be cyanide. If it ain't cyanide, it ain't gonna work. Just ask the Iceman. Just ask Jim Jones. You don't fuck with any real poison, and that's hard to detect, I heard. But now that you know what I mean, you gotta fuck around and find out. Well, that's why they're using these prescription drugs. Thinking those are gonna do it on the little bodies. You know, overload them with over-the-counter sleep aids, and they just go to sleep. NyQuil, right? Pills and all kinds of shit. And no, it doesn't work. They just start throwing it up, and there's problems. They can't kill them as easy as they thought. They're gonna take out a knife. It looks like a sharp object, and they're gonna start to go to town. I'm not sure how brutal, but I don't think you have to be. One of them knew it was coming. Maybe the other one too, but one of them knew. Yep, either or, right, Lori? Either or. I'm good with that, Lori. Right? We're good with that. We don't need a fucking police report to tell us that, or him to come out and say it, right? These reporters are very. I like them because they do get them to give us a little more, but not much, but enough. Enough to where I'm like, all right, they're trying to do a job, the reporters. Reporters aren't investigators. They're journalists. But we are. We're all that. Guys, he says he's going to take questions. He takes 2 or 3 questions and he's done. They're in trouble. They're in trouble with this fucking dad. I'd be suing the shit out of him. Really, guys, they're in trouble. So if they get paid out, you know that all this press conference, the timeline's a lie. Sure, you know it is. The dad's telling the truth. The dad has the most perfect timeline. He's the one for the timeline, not the police. And you could see by the text message between the mom and the grandmother, and they want the kids dead by 6 p.m. on June 7th before they speak to the dad. Can I read that again? You want me to read that again? The cops say themselves, they got it. Let me just read that again. How to find it. But it's here. Watch. I got the dad's interview. So the dad on June 26th of 2026, that's a month or more, a little bit ago, he says to the reporter, I last spoke with my kids on FaceTime was June 7th. Okay. He does after that, so the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, nothing. She's saying they're sick, nothing. Can't speak to them. So the 8th, the latest, right? Let's say the 8th, the latest. Or the earliest, excuse me. The 8th is the earliest that they be dead. Stedman said the medication should be administered between 10:30 a.m. and noon so they could be finished before a scheduled telephone call at 6 p.m. with the children's father. What day is that? That's a text. So I'm confused now, right? I'm getting confused because now, wait a second. That phone call, he said he last spoke to him. They got to be alive. So they last spoke to him on, he says, the 7th through FaceTime. And he was supposed to speak to him on the 10th. So the cops are right. Okay, the 10th. All right, the cops are saying the 10th. We're going to the 10th then. It matches. Timeline's good. Just confirming the timeline. They're dead on the 10th. But he's telling them to call. What is he saying to call? He's saying he's supposed to speak to him on the 10th. And she said he was sick and it's on the 11th. Okay. And then he's calling the cops on the 12th or the 11th. All right. All right. Maybe he doesn't have shit. But, what about the smells? You know, this is all, obviously, guys, someone has to answer for something, don't you think? In some way. The timeline looks good to me. But, what's happening in this house is just scary. Really fucking scary. Late that morning, as the children failed to respond in the manner that the grandmother and the mother wanted by the pills, by not killing them. Yeah, go ahead. One of the messages stated, quote, "It's not working. We need another option," end quote. Investigators also recovered a message from one of the daughter's phone. She said to one of the grandmothers or the mother, she said, why would you do that? You both won't let me puke," before describing increasing pain in her stomach. Later that evening, the grandmother sent the mother a text in the house, right there, the kids there, a disturbing message stating, "Gracie is aware." One of the kids, that one with the stomach ache, is aware of what's happening, that they're trying to hurt her. Trying to kill her. Yeah. Like Sixth Sense. Horror movie. Is that good? Yeah. Wow. Huh? Yeah. Oh, for God's sakes. All right. By the way, guys, I think I'm sorry, I forgot about it. Yeah, my phone's about to die, guys. I just want to cover that last part and leave you on that part, guys, of that daughter. It reminds me of the Chris Watts kill here. He said he killed his family, his kids in the house the first time before Shanann got home, and they woke up or some shit. It was some crazy bullshit, crazy. This is like some cult reverse shit here. They think that this kid sending the kids out to the dad in Utah is a cult, like they heard, but no, there's something more going on here. This is a selfish act, a brutal act, a premeditated act, a calculated act, and a carried out, executed out on your own fucking kids, and you deserve to. Get them, guys. Get these people. They are evil. They are not on our level. They deserve to be on this earth. And they're not. They're white. But guys, if you smell a smell, it smells like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, y'all. All right, it smells like Jeffrey Dahmer lives across the neighborhood from you in your apartment. What you do is you pick up the phone, you dial a number called 911 in America, and you send the police, and then they say no. Then you call them again, and you're like, hey, call 911, it smells. They're like, no, and then you just call the next, and you just keep calling, and then you go down to the police station. You're like, no, listen, dude, you do something now, or I'm doing. No, you don't. But anyways, guys, you know the point here. If it smells like Jeffrey Dahmer, it's fucking Dahmer. Do something about it earlier, so maybe you can save life. But no, don't. They mind their business, and I mind my business too. But we didn't mind our business on this case, guys. We ripped it apart by the press conference and by everything we have available. So I appreciate you. My kid son's calling me. So guys, give me one moment. I'm gonna be back soon in about an hour or so with another live stream, another case to talk about. And yeah, I want to appreciate everybody for joining me. Lori Weekly, thank you so much. Dylan Little, thank you. Charlie from California, good to see you. Thank you. Terry, thanks a lot for stopping in. Dylan Little, thank you as always. Marissa King, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Getting that dinner, I hope. Sir Albert Gaines, Joe Smith, yes. You guys are awesome. Hold on. OPP Media, you there, brother? Check your 66 as well. It was cool. DA. Look at that. The stopping in Carbon CS Moore. Hot Metal Slide. And OPP Media. Look at you guys, man. Love it. Love shouting out the chat always at the end of every stream. All right, guys. Coming back in about an hour or two. Join me if you like.